Welcome to the Beastlands. Here, the only law is of the jungle, the only call of the wild. But all is not balanced in these happy hunting grounds, and when aberrant scars of the planescape's great conflicts tarnish these lands, only the noble unicorn knights can preserve the natural order. Or at least their recent contractors can give it their best shot. The quarry is clear, the trail warm. It's time to assemble our hunting party.
Hello and welcome to our little horror hunting D&D campaign, folks. My name is Austin, your friendly neighborhood dungeon master, and our heroes are preparing to plug up that portal just like a mason bee uses mud to plug up a hollow reed and create a brood cell. Say hello, everyone.
See?
Hello.
Do they also get like a 30-foot rock to plug up the...
Or they use a 30-foot rock.
Rock.
Giant rock.
I'm satiated. I
If
saw
you're
the
big
wizard
enough, you
already.
can carry a big rock.
Summon giant rock.
A giant rock. All right, well, welcome back to Rolling with Difficulty. Rock beats lizard. Welcome back to Rolling with Difficulty. We're excited to have you back. I'm going to die. Shut off. Sophia, tell us about what's going on.
We've talked a lot about the longest trails on this podcast, but what about the shortest trail? Well, that honor is held by Lincoln City, Oregon, who has the world's shortest park trail, which is the shortest hike you can take in the world at just only 135 feet long. And if you follow the end of that very short trail, you'll stick around to the middle of this episode, take that short walk through that short trail in Oregon. Anyway, what are we doing this episode?
Take that long walk off that short trail.
Whoa.
What defines a trail? Can I say like,
I was
the
gonna
trail,
say, yeah.
the trail from my bedroom to my bathroom is the shortest
That
trail
sounds
in the world.
like exactly the
It
kind
must
of
be
trail
a nationally
fact
recognized.
that you will have to ask me next week when I've had time to look that up the answer to it and answer it as a trail fact.
Damn, it was a setup.
Oh, jeez.
There's a part 2 to
Fair
this
enough.
one.
I thought you hated part 1, part
Sophia's
2s.
trail facts will return.
After the word from our friend.
For Sophia's trail facts doomsday. Bring back
Yeah,
all of our most profitable actors, but we've recast them.
Oh, good God. Oh, man. Why do you gotta make me sad before I play D&D? All right.
Quick,
well,
Wally's weekend.
we're gonna get started now, guys. So,
Great.
welcome to
Any minute now.
Campaign 3, Season 2,
This really,
Episode 8.
This really feels like the week between Christmas and New Year's. For the, like we killed Basilics.
Yeah.
We killed
Yeah.
Basilics. We don't have to do anything. We can just.
now we put our feet
I
up
did
and
have
we
a.
Big
I actually had an alternate fun fact for this week that I opted not to go with because it wasn't thematically relevant, but it will be super relevant next week. So if you guys are curious, my other was going to be explaining how congratulations Seahawks, and that Seahawks refers to osprey, which is a bird of prey that's often called the fish hawk for its exclusive diet feeding on fish.
At least the
the
Patriots
Patriots,
have to
you know.
win, right? That's all we
and
can
as,
ask.
and as we say in this podcast, go birds, you know?
Go birds,
right, Sophia?
baby.
Go
Go
birds.
birds.
Go
Hey.
Go birds.
It's a bird, yep.
If the
Go
Patriots
birds.
lose, I'll root for any bird.
I'm really hoping that, like, 1,000 years in the future, archaeology of our time is going to be so goddamn confused by all these sports team names specifically, because they're so prominent in various parts of our, like, contemporary literature, but there's... Whatever. Anyway, normal
They'll
things to think
figure it
about.
out. They'll figure it out. They'll have better technology than
I really
than we
hope
have
they
right
don't.
now.
I would love to be like, the Vikings fighting the Giants in 2024? No way!
Well, I just had a series of thoughts where it's like, what if they just think that this was like a pantheon of gods that we worshipped? And then my next thought was, what if the pantheon of gods from like Greek and Roman times were just sports teams? You know, like Temple of Zeus is just it's just a fucking stadium where they played ball sport.
I fear we're
That's
being
really funny.
really
It's not,
dangerously
though,
close
but,
to reinventing A Knight's Tale
I
from
know,
first principles
Red,
once
thank
again.
You.
Just
It's not like we know
Do you
a
want a
mutual
Knight's Tale?
history
'Cause this is
person
how you
to-
get a
This is
Knight's
how you
Tale.
get a Knight's Tale, which is a
Correct.
great movie, and you should want a Knight's Tale. But this is not what we're here to do today, which is to play Dungeons and Dragons, which is decidedly not a sport. It's an activity,
All right.
not a sport.
Everyone, shut up. Everyone, shut up. All right, here we go. When last we left our heroes, frankly, big stuff happened. It was only one episode, but you guys went successfully translated yourself through the portal to Vasilix's lair, which it turns out was in Rule Rock, the volcano far mountainward. Fought your way through some Drangolin, warrens, much lava, and then came face to face with Vasilix, discovered that he had a clutch of eggs that he was incubating in lava, but managed to face down and defeat Vasilix, Uzveljoth, and free Ser along the way. You collected your many trophies, and oh my goodness, did we leave off still in the volcano? I think we did.
Still in the volcano.
Yeah,
I
it
think we're
was
still in the
late.
volcano.
You cut us
so
off.
when it was very late, when last we left our heroes, we find them in the heat of the volcano. Your many spoils already obtained. I believe you destroyed the enucleator.
Threw it into the lava, yes.
Yes.
Which means now, hunting party. Do you want to go home?
Yeah.
Very much
Yes.
so.
I'm very tired.
Psych!
Can-
Now,
I'm gonna break off a
easy.
single chip of obsidian first, so it's a shiny thing I can give to the dragon.
Smart,
but other
smart.
Than that, yeah,
Very
yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, break off a nice glinting piece, could be made into a beautiful arrowhead. And you all board the carpet. And if you'd like to rise out of the caldera, you can. You may.
Hell yeah.
Yep, up through the smoke, heat dissipating away as you leave it far behind you and emerge out into the bright and beautiful sun of Krigala. You make your way back to the Grove of the Unicorn. And I suppose the question becomes, I know that there are some downtime activities we want to pursue. The question is, do we want to take a rest before we get to those? Do people
Yes.
want to start in, take a rest, let our day play out, as if anyone wants any kind of interactions to go down? Lysandra is still around waiting for you guys, but otherwise, if you want to rest, you can, and then we can get started on the kind of activities that you want to work on.
Yeah, I think Katya will
When-
sort of address the group as we get back to the grove. Like, I don't want to
Yeah.
undersell that we have done an incredible feat today, and I think it is a net good. It is the thing that we initially set out to do together. And I think that we are all aligned in continuing to do this Unicorn Night business, and that will take us possibly to Brux, but most importantly first to closing that portal. However, we have been very go, go, go. And I know that personally, I know a little bit more about this layer than I do the next, and I am more confident that we'll be able to do some of our more administrative duties while we are here. I propose we take a day or two at the very least to prepare before we embark on our closure of the portal. I understand that we are all very eager to get to our various jobs, but for my part at least, I need some time to be effective where we go next.
Yes, I'm not averse to taking a little time.
Kariq nods.
Garou, already sleepy on the carpet, merely grumbles. A rest, yes.
I guess I'm proposing more than a rest, if that's what people are, a day or two ideally. I wouldn't even be averse to more, but I know that the portal is not something we should leave lingering for long.
Take all the time you need.
Can I do an insight check on Garou?
Yeah, by all means.
Go.
He's not gonna try to contest this.
Sick. I'm just curious. That's a nat one. I'm glad I got it out before I tried doing anything important. What do I think's going on?
For all you think, he's just very sleepy. He's
So EP, you guys. He's just the
He
eepiest
spent
of
most-
all.
You just watch him spend most of the fight running around trying to get a hit on Vasilix.
That's
and
true.
Struggling to do so. So you can tell that even with a nat one, there's a little bit of exasperation in his tiredness. But yeah, a rest is definitely in order.
Well,
He's
I-
just so eepy speepy. All right, cool. No further questions, Your Honor.
Well, I appreciate you all humoring
All right.
me on this. And that's, I guess, is my way of saying I would like to kick off the downtime. But if anyone's got
Yes.
anything they want to do.
Yeah, for sure. So, do you guys want to take your rest first and get recuperated? Spend your afternoon and evening.
What time in the day is it?
The reason I
sun's really
keep bringing it
high.
up like that is that the sun is
It's
real
midday
high
as
up.
always.
I think
knew.
so. You guys woke up and went right to Vasilix. So hours have passed because you had to travel
Sure.
to the portal and then get the portal active, which that kind of thing takes a little bit of time. Then you traveled for a couple hours, took a short rest in the Warrens, and then flying back. But even so, it still is not like quote night. So you don't have any pressure to take a long rest now, but if you want to get started on downtime activities.
How much time then would Kariq have to practice his translocation before he would need to take a long rest?
You can do up to 4 hours in a day before you start to proc con saves against exhaustion. So if you want to no risk, just cut a few of them out, then you can do that now and then spend some more time cutting through.
Okay, sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I would also like to maybe check in with Lysandra before settling down for a long rest, because I think there's some wizard-to-wizard communication that could happen to help streamline a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. She's sitting under a tree, so like under a willow tree in the shade, going through she's got her own notebook and like quill that she's writing with that doesn't ever seem to run out of ink, as she notices all of you guys come down. And so if you'd like, you can walk up to her. You find her sitting there, kind of, knees up, writing on her knees with her book. She looks up as you approach.
You mentioned before that if you had more information, it might aid in the closing of the portal. I have not had time to review it myself, but we found notes in the Beholder's Lair about the portal itself. Perhaps perusing them could assist in coming up with a way to close it that is more refined than Big Rock.
I knew bringing up the big rock was going to be a problem, but I knew if I didn't bring it up then, and it came up later, that they would be upset that you didn't get the option.
No,
to
you
begin
were
with.
right to bring it up. It is just that this group is unrefined in what kind of plans they like to go with.
It's a fair call.
Sometimes unrefined is what works best, but if you have something.
Yes. And Katya will pull out, reach into the hat of holding and pull out the notes from the mind player's mind. Oh my god, Beholder's Lair. I can't speak today. And I know that you mentioned that some of them were on the portal and some of them were on the enucleator. I think she would try and separate out as best as possible the portal ones from the enucleator ones. I know that Kireek had mentioned he
there's
wanted
a
to go
shit
through
ton of stuff in here. There's notes on like ideas and things like that. But yeah, if you want to do your best to split them up.
Yes. I'm going to give the other
you
half
hand them
to Kariq to review, because I think that is more in his area of expertise. But if there's anything missing, please feel free to consult, and I'm sure the two of you can swap notes, as it were. But anything that you know that might help us, great.
Where'd you get these from?
We slayed the Beholder, who was experimenting on creatures in the Beastlands.
Oh shit, that's done already?
Yeah, but I'm a little surprised it was as quick as it was. But Katya will sort of gesture back to the group, who all look, I think, disgusting. It was difficult, but I think we handled it.
Yeah, you all smell like smoke.
It was in a volcano.
That's mostly.
Wow. She says, well, yeah, I can take a look. Opens the notes. This is all in deep speech. That's okay. I can work around that. She goes, I can work around that. I can cast comprehend languages. It's
Okay,
no
good.
big deal.
I was going to offer that I could also, help with it. But wizard, this is so nice. Wizard shit is so much easier when there's another wizard around. Yes, if you discover anything that
Wizard
you think could help
gang.
us in... Do not... Wizard gang, what is this? No.
Trish unaccountably offended.
Austin threw up again. He just
Flip
made a
it
W
around.
with his fingers.
Wizards only fools.
Yeah, campaign 4, we're all playing wizards next, actually. It's going to be
Oops,
great.
all wizards.
yeah.
It doesn't end the way you think it ends.
We did
didn't
that
think
in
I
one
think
shot,
it
and
is.
my friend was so pissed. he was fucking furious. We all showed up with wizards. Because it was a Kraken
was
with
so
an
good.
anti-magic field.
It was so good,
and we all
though.
died.
It was all good. It was really
This is why
good,
we
though.
don't let wizards group up.
It was so funny.
Where do they
Anyway.
fit in the greater canon of rolling with difficulty?
Dead.
They work for Westwind Industries for one mission, and they're all fucking dead.
Before I leave Lysandra, also, Katya will be like, oh, and if you have time tomorrow, I was going to work on some plane shift modifications to a spell component, and I'd love to pick your brain, because I've traveled the planes, but casting the magic to do so on my own has not been something I've been particularly tuned into, and you are the expert, so if you've got time.
So she brightens up right away, and she's like, couldn't have found a better person.
Excellent, because this is out of my depth, and I could use some help before going to a place where I think there will be no help. So, yes, I'm going to go sleep for 10,000 years, and then afterwards, perhaps we could talk about plane shift components.
Cool. See you in 10,000 years and one day. Fantastic. People want to take their long rest?
Actually, I can do a thing before I take my long rest, so I'm going to take care of it as soon as possible.
Yeah, please.
Yes. Trish is going to go to her room and get ready to trance, and then she is going to pull out the Monkey Lord's Paw. She's going to use one charge to cast Sending to Grandmother.
One finger curls. All right, roll your D100 or D20, because a
It's a
1 on the
D20,
D20 would also
come on,
would also
please.
suffice.
Don't do this to me. I mean, I guess if it does that, I can just do it again with the monkey's paw.
That'd be such a crazy.
8. It's not a fail.
That'd be such a crazy waste of
I have to
magic
do
item
it
that
all
lets you
3
cast
times.
any spell that you cast Sending twice.
I have priorities. Okay, I cast Sending.
All right, yeah, fantastic.
30 words.
Yeah.
25
30?
words.
It's 25.
25, excuse me.
25.
I just rambled
Unless they
until I
upgraded
stopped.
it in the new edition.
Grandmother. The egg is safe. He hatched, thriving, under the protection of myself, Unicorn Goddess, and Bear Lord. Kidnapper slain. My work is not done.
Oh, you prepared. Good shit.
I prepared. I had
Hell yeah.
notes.
You hear coming back to you. First, a sigh, which doesn't count as words.
It doesn't?
Doesn't
I
count.
could have been
Doesn't-
so much more emotive.
Sigh.
I knew you would keep him safe. I wish to lay my eyes on him again. Bring him home to me when your work's done.
Not Grandma's
I
first
also
sending,
prepared,
I see.
Noir.
Also prepared.
That's good, because I didn't even send you my message in advance, but I guess I'm easy to read.
Well, you know, I kind of had it was only 25 words. I had an idea of what you would say, and I would have
Probably,
adjusted
yeah.
things if you'd been like, if you'd said something completely different, then I
Yeah,
would have.
Grandmother, what's your famous brownie recipe? I have some new friends I need to impress. Grandma, tell Alexandros I'm still not speaking to him. Okay.
It's important to mix the dry with the dry and the wet with the wet, then combine after.
Yeah. Okay, great. I'm gonna stow the Monkey Lord's paw.
One finger curls.
It really is a very useful little thing. And I'll just put it away, and then I will trance for 4 hours.
All right, everyone else is taking their long rests.
Oh, yes, please.
Not before Kariq will spend 4 hours trying to knock down some of that study time.
Great, so
Okay.
Trish is gonna be done as soon as Kariq goes to bed.
Yeah. Trish like leaves her room right as
Yeah.
Kariq is like going into his room.
Just a little, like, a brief eyebrow raise and then a nod.
2 cars driving past each other.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So everyone go ahead, take your long rests.
Finally, I'm not exhausted.
No longer exhausted. Garou,
No, jeez.
as you dream, you find yourself once again in the desert, but this time not lying down, standing up, facing a sun that is slowly setting, approaching the horizon. The wind brings the sand, whips it past your feet. You feel it in your fur. The heat from the air quickly dissipating as you know the chill of the desert is going to be upon you within minutes of the sun setting. And you hear from behind you, "That was a nice shot. Your second shot was a lot nicer, but I suppose I'm being too picky with my champion.
It was a difficult target. Unlike the beasts I've fought before, its mind puzzling.
Yes, you did overcome great odds to fell that thing, and yet I find myself still very disappointed in you, Garou. Twice you have failed to raise me a temple. Twice you attempted it, twice failed. The chasm underneath the tree already led to the abyss. It would have been so easy. But just like the kill against the Eye Tyrant, you just fell short. No more of that.
Our next target will be a bloodbath. Guarantee you of that. Soon, we will see the setting sun of Brux, and there, I have kept the members of the Blackstone Lodge in my back pocket, and unfortunately, or rather, fortunately for both of us, an old enemy of mine has returned and is in desperate need of reminder of how strong we've grown.
You see Malar's been sitting there, the cat face, but like the cat body, but like the bald red, blood red face. He's been looking at the sun with you, speaking to you. And there's a flash. He turns his head, and in the same motion, he is on you. You are down on your back, and he has a paw on your chest. And he snarls in your ear. This obsession with the lodge is yours, not mine. If anything, the chase they give, the terror they instill, it is sweet to me. No, I have no more interest in your hunts. It is your next goal that interests me. You and these knights plan to close the portal, the chasm between Kragala and Brux. Good. Go about your business. Clear out the psionic corruption, strengthen the Beastlands, whatever it takes, but before it is complete, you will make me an offering. One of your kills. Preferably one of those little friends, but I know you probably won't go that far. Still too miserable and cowering. The serpent will do fine. You killed it in the mists. It's still there, rotting away. Cast your offering into the pit, and perhaps, with the assistance of your strange bedfellows, you will finally succeed at something. Fail, and I will teach you the meaning of pain.
Garou, on his back, rather despondent as Malar speaks, says, I'm no stranger to pain, and if you think you can do much worse than what decades worth of loneliness here in the Beastlands has done, by all means, bring it. But be warned, the power you have given me, the power I've used, works both ways. I'd be careful threatening your champion.
You have gotten awful full of yourself, little hunter. You forget that you are not my first champion, and you will not be the last. And as for pain, When I am done with you, you will long for something as sweet and comforting as loneliness.
As the sand below him loses its heat, the cold returns on his back.
The sun just dips down. Now you're in darkness.
In stark contrast to the lava that he waded through the fireball thrown in his face, Garou lets the tiredness sink into his body. He says, "We'll see."
We most certainly will. All right, everyone complete your long rests. The next day comes to you. So let's get a quick little sit rep. What would people like to accomplish this day? And then we'll go down in whatever order makes the most sense. So, starting with Noir, what are you trying to get done today?
So by my count, Kariq has accomplished 6 of the 12 hours needed to learn translocate, or the translocate power, or whatever it's called.
I think that sounds right.
Maybe give or take a day. I haven't been totally keeping track. Sorry. But regardless, I think he will spend just 8 hours today, kind of cranking out the rest of those hours to learn translocate.
Yep, easy enough. Yeah, the 6 hours that are left, that's going to eat up, your entire downtime time, but that's fine. So you're going to try to learn translocate. And Red, what are you interested in doing?
Trish first wants to fly up to the lair of the Bear Lord and check in with her cousin, make sure he's doing okay, let her know about Basilix, give him the shiny chunk of obsidian she picked up as a trophy. And then she wants to hit up Ilfar on high, just do like a supply run, see if she can get some kind of map of Brux or something like that, because it's pretty clear at this point that that's where the rest of the job is, or at least Brux and lower. And Ilfar on high seems to have more going on than signposts, so that feels like a good place to start. And if I'm only using my sorcery points for this, I think I can get 4 hours of dragon wings out. And if I need to, I can also just summon dragon or cast fly on myself. So like I'm not anticipating needing the carpet for this, and I would prefer not to use it. So
yeah, fair enough. Okay. Trish, we've got a thing. Katya, I know you have quite a long I also have to roll for
the weather.
Thank you. Yes, we talked about it before the episode. We do have to roll for the weather. I also have to roll for if Lysandra was able to get through the notes, so remind me. I will do that. Sophia, what are you looking to accomplish?
Yeah, I've got a couple things. So I've got the antler that can function as a tuning fork, so I would like to work on how I can tune that to probably this layer of the Beastlands. It sounds like it's kind of going to be our emergency exit tool, but if we need it tuned somewhere else, or if we could tune it to Brux, that would also be great, to be kind of our emergency entry tool, but I don't 100% know which one of the two is more useful, and I don't know that Katya necessarily knows, so like just knowing how to tune it in general would be kind of her main goal. I also have,
for sure.
We got to the eye stalks of the beholder that allow us to do a psionic counterspell and psionic dispel magic, both of which are spells I have. There was some discussion of potentially being able to study it, much like a wizard would normally a spell scroll, to augment my existing spells to also be able to counter psionics. So I would love to know what I need to do to research that. I'd love to consult with
both of those events are a one day.
Yeah.
So are you going to open up with the antler, do you think?
Probably going to open up with the antler. As mentioned, I think in character, Katya would like to take at least 2 days because I have the aforementioned laundry list, so I don't want to like steamroll anyone else into being like, we have to do downtime. But like these things have kind of been building up all season, so I would love to like knock some of them off the list.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and
all
then...
right, well, let's start with those, and also we'll figure out how much Lysandra knows, because that could influence...
Yes, talking to Lysandra
your decisions
specifically
as
about
well.
closing the portal. And then if there is time, Katya would love to throw either a legend lore or a contact other plane in later in the day as people are settling down for the evening, because there's some...
Neither of those are downtime activities, so you can do either or both.
Amazing.
and on any given day. All right, fantastic. And then Wally, what is Garou going to get up to?
Garou doesn't really have much to do here. He would like to do some scouting, particularly other plane portals to Brux if possible. They don't stay around for long, but having a heading or getting more attuned and wary of like how to find these portals might be useful. And then the other thing he'd like to do is he'd like to attempt to talk to Mielikki at some point.
Okay, yeah. All right, so let's go down the list. The first thing, Wally, why don't you go ahead and roll? I think it's Wally's turn to roll for weather.
I think so, yeah.
Because I definitely have done,
I haven't done it.
Noir and Red have both gone. So
Yes,
I think Sophia might have as well.
I have gone. I rolled
So-
good weather.
Cool. Yes, so I think we only missed one day, the Facilix fight. We missed the weather. So.
Well, we were inside.
You're inside. Wally, what'd you get? 2d6,
what I
sorry.
roll? D6. Okay.
2d6.
2d6, okay.
Oh,
That is an
D6. Favorable. So
Ooh.
this is coming up on strong winds, but not quite. It is not a still day, but there is a nice breeze going on. Especially in the bright sun, it is quite pleasant. And then let me go ahead and roll for our wizard. I bring up really quick her stat
Our other
block.
wizard.
The other wizard, but not the other wizard. We should do some sort of march over the fact that we've got 3
Girls' night.
wizards in this campaign so far.
Girls' night.
Girls' night.
We should do a girls' night
okay,
episode.
yeah.
The ladies' choice.
So she's rolling. She's
Wait,
rolling.
am I being included as the other wizard?
Ophelia.
I was talking about
Ophelia.
Ophelia.
Oh, thank
Yes.
God. I was like, how dare, but also, girls' night?
You can get it on
she's
girls'
rolling with a
night.
plus
Come on.
6 to this.
It's allowed.
Okay.
Against the ramblings, not the rammerings, the ramblings of a beholder in all of his paranoia. She's rolling with a plus 6 to this. Okay, so she does not find any of the information yet, but she can repeat the check today, and the DC will go down by 2 for her having already pieced away a bunch of stuff that is not relevant.
Could I use one of my portent dice to make her better at this?
You absolutely could. She rolled a 10, so obviously you're going to want to pick something higher than that. And I think we've talked about this before. Your portent dice, for the whole rest, we're going to keep them. We're not going to get them new every day, otherwise your ability checks become impossible to fail. Yeah, go ahead. What do you want to give her? She rolls with a plus 6, so she rolled a 16 total.
Previous night, Katya had formatted the papers in such a way as to be slightly more readable, and she can take a 16 on her roll.
16 up to a 22 is going to be a success.
Hooray. Hooray for Lysandra.
Yay.
So, the next morning, people get up and start to go about their business. But before anyone manages to get away, just in case anyone wants to be a part of this, you see that Lysandra comes up and says, like, yeah, so, comes to you, Katya, says, well, it was not necessarily always easy to parse, but there was a lot of information in here, and a lot of it interesting, a lot of it disturbing, lots of overlap between those two categories. Do you want the long version or the short version?
I would like the long version, but perhaps the highlights first would be appreciated so that everyone does not have to listen to the long version.
Does everyone want to be here for this conversation, listening to it?
Garou's here.
Yeah, I can listen in.
Garou's here? Cool. Yeah, fantastic. She goes, okay, well, short version first. Facilix was definitely aware of the portal. He, at first, was very proud of it, and then came to realize that he did not think it actually had anything to do with him, which made him suspicious. But he thought as he was reading through, as he was gathering information on it, she was reading through. He thought as he was gathering information on it that he had a, I don't know, a lead is the wrong word. From what I can tell, it's mostly just him jumping to conclusions and not bothering to second guess himself. But
Typical.
he says something to the effect of the permanent portal is connected to what brought him here in the first place, and he describes a deterioration in planar fabric, which certainly sounds like what I was... It would go a long way to explaining why it's permanent. If there's something that's not just in the way, but magically deteriorated. Anyway, he thought that he was going to investigate, but he was going to do it after the apes took control, which he never got around to for obvious reasons, since he's in the dead book. And, there's a lot of musing about the eels. He wants to know where they come from. There's a lot of musing about them traveling through water and corruption traveling through water, and the eels are following the path of the water. That's the short version. I don't know if that was helpful for people.
He didn't make the eels.
Always with these fucking eels.
He claims the eels are not his, and he claims basically everything else is his. So she like flips through the paper. She's like, he pretty much assumes everything else that happened is kind of his doing. So you see, she's flipping through, and then she looks up at Garou, who's standing there. And she looks at the talisman that you have around your neck, and she goes, "The symbol, I recognize that. That's Malar, isn't it?"
Yes.
Gods, I thought all you guys died out here.
By my own hand, I made sure there was only one left standing.
You see, like, wheels turn in her head, something clicks, and she goes, "Oh," and she takes a step away from Garou.
The correct impulse for a wizard.
I'm sorry, don't the waters in this plane flow directly out of Oceanus? I was under the impression that they came from a plane alongside this one.
They come from Elysium and flow to Oceanus, flow to Arborea, the river Oceanus, but that's just one river. There's lots of water in the Beastlands.
I first encountered the eels
Also,
in
like
a
I said,
swampy kind of area, so it's possible that there's groundwater or perhaps even, water that traverses the different layers, so we may continue to encounter these eels.
And wouldn't that be something to look forward to?
The eels.
Could groundwater well up from deeper levels of the Beastlands? Is that even close to how the geography of this place works?
There are other rivers and lakes throughout the Beastlands.
And the source of the poison probably is deeper down. Well, that certainly simplifies a few things. Unless anybody needs me, I'm going to be flying out.
Visiting the dragon?
Among other things. Is there anything anyone needs from Ilfar on high while I'm out, investigating/shopping?
I'll never turn down more incense. I have quite the stock already, but if you happen to see any at a good price, please don't hesitate to pick it up. I will pay you back.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. You will? How? I didn't think that money happened in this plane.
I have had gold since before we met, and I hope to continue to own gold in the time after.
That's very decent of you.
Turns out that most planes in the Planescape do accept currency as a form, for goods and services, so I've had it.
Before Trystine leaves, Garou will walk up to her and he'll pull out a small, rather crudely carved totem. The dragon, he says, "Be careful not to smother the little one. Make sure he has room to grow." And he will hand her the talisman.
That's so sweet. She'll take it and very carefully tuck it away with the obsidian shard, and she'll nod. Yes,
I'll need mine back, though.
Oh yes, of course. My apologies. It was very useful. Thank you. I'll give you back the if you don't mind me asking? Your talisman is Malar, but the carving on this one, I didn't get a very close look at it, but it doesn't look like him at all.
The magics that Malar holds have been siphoned from my banner over centuries. His power is not entirely his. They are of my family's.
I think Trish connects dots, looks at the talisman, which is back on Garou, which it kind of looks like Garou, right? Like it looks like the same.
It's a little bugbear. Yeah.
Yeah, and then she just kind of like nods and like files away the profound tragedy to unpack later, and then she'll pop out the wings and fly away.
All right, off you go. People are going to go onto their own adventures. So, and let me know if you want the long version. That was her editorializing, but there is text here if you want it read to you, or if you want to read it yourself.
For you to send me the text and
Katya.
Discord at some point. Maybe after the
I
session.
will send it to you right now, that you can look at it while we work on someone else's.
We love lore.
In fact, while I'm sending it to you, why don't we do the easiest one? Let's knock Kariq out. So Kariq, you've got 4 more to go. Or sorry, you have 6 more to go. 4 are free. And we're gonna knock.
How many times we have to teach you this
Get
lesson,
over.
man?
What is? Oh, it's over the garden wall where he's like, "All right, let's go get her." Yeah, let's get her. No, not like that. Kariq, so you're gonna do 4, no problem, and then you're gonna make 2 Constitution saving throws. The first one is DC 10. The second one is DC 11 to see if you gain any levels of exhaustion. So,
so
you spend
it's every hour. It's not every 4 hours or whatever. Okay.
No, the first few are free, and in fact,
Gotcha.
actually, I think I might have to go back on something, because the point of the downtime was that you spent 4 hours for free, and then the rest of them you could push yourself. You did adventure yesterday. So I think I'm actually going to go back on a ruling. I'm going to say, because you were tired, you could get 2 hours for free yesterday.
Okay.
So instead of having 6 to go, you would have 8 to go, I believe.
Sure.
All right, so that's going to be 4 Constitution saving throws. Each one increases the DC by 1. So the first 4 hours good. Then you've got DC 10, 11, 12, and 13. So go ahead and roll those in order while I send this over to.
Exciting.
I'm gonna make some money moves and do something first.
Sure.
Okay.
Pop that death ward.
We're gonna have a lot less death ward if we go down to Brux, so let's try and wean off of that now, because I'm gonna need a new source of dawn if we're going to be recharging the Staff of Possibility.
Sure, yeah. Yeah.
Shit.
In the meantime, we have the book.
In the
Shadows. So for now.
Yeah. This
Okay.
makes sense.
I'm so afraid
okay,
right
hold
now.
on. So you ruled that Katya's portent dice, what is it? Persist for however long we do the downtime for. Is that the same for Kariq's strain?
Yes, I'm actually gonna. Yeah, I think that is reasonable. I think that while you guys are recovering and taking downtime, it makes sense that your pool of resources
all
is the same.
abilities.
Yeah.
Okay, that is okay. Yeah. So here's what I'm getting at. Kariq has a feat called Better Under Pressure, in which if he gains strain, he also gets a resource called Pressure Points. Anytime he rolls a d20, he can spend up to 3 of those pressure points to increase the number value that he rolls. I basically want to cast... I basically want to manifest powers, fail them so I have to manifest them, like the strain, and then use those pressure points to help me with my 4 Constitution rolls that I have to do.
If that's how you want to play it, if you want to give yourself strain, then I don't see any reason mechanically that we have to worry about that. So,
yeah, I mean, I guess there's no ruling that says that I can choose to fail fail the manifestation thing. Do I still have to roll the manifestation?
You're just gonna beam gaze. I mean, you've got all day to keep a Cyclops blasting the pond. So
right.
if you so choose, I'm not gonna have you roll for that.
Okay, so what I'm going to do then is I'll beam gaze 3 times. Sorry, 4 times, to get the potential maximum 12 strain. That I can I gain 12 strain. I don't drop or die or anything, but I do gain 12 pressure points which are the maximum 3 that I can spend per Constitution saving throw. So
Okay.
So now I need to allocate that strain in such a way that I don't have disadvantage on saving throws or anything of that nature.
Garou's around. He can help you.
I thought we were just gonna roll 4d20s here.
By all
Gave
means.
Noir an opportunity to min-max something.
By all means, go ahead. Go ahead.
I
It's
really
funny 'cause
hope
I've
that
never
after
really-
all of this, it's like a nat 1 on the first one.
Garou's just gonna
I
watch.
want you to
It's
succeed.
also,
It
this
would
is
just
very
be so
funny because you roll with a +10 to these, which means that at the hardest you only need to roll a 4 to succeed.
Well, I roll with a +9, right? Yeah.
A +9. Okay, so then at the hardest you need a +5. You need a 5
It's about the
to
principle of the thing, okay?
It's about the principle of the thing, and I can do it, and it's funny.
Garou's just standing there at the edge of the pool, watching you beam
2, 4,
gaze,
5,
and then
6, 7, 8, 9.
accumulate all this strain. And he hasn't said anything. He's like, I guess this is just what the bird does.
It's been a very stressful
Training,
day.
very wise.
What does the bird
Okay.
do?
All right, okay. I have 12 strain. 1, 2, 3. Or sorry, 12 strain. I have 12 pressure points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, let's roll those 4d20 now. 1d20 plus 9.
You're so funny. Just roll it on your dice.
Okay, succeed on the first one. So DC goes up to 11.
Yes.
Succeed on the second
This
one.
one
DC
goes to
up
11.
12.
I hope you
Succeed on the
succeed on
third
all
one.
of them. All right, roll
I
5.
succeed on all of them.
Yeah, so you overtax yourself. You're like bleeding out of the eyes. You're like breathing hard, and then you spend 6 hours, and it's the easiest meditation you've ever done in your life.
Yeah, in contrast to everything else, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well,
Kariq's not fully comfortable unless he's kind of miserable.
Yeah. Let's not unpack that. Shut up.
It's like how some people can't sleep in a comfy bed, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right, cool.
Unrelated. For a while in high school, I just slept on the floor because I liked it better than sleeping on the bed.
I occasionally bring out my sleeping bag and just sleep on the floor because it
Yeah.
just makes more
I've slept
sense.
on floors before, but usually not intentionally. I just conk out down there, you know? Sometimes floor time kind of escalates.
Okay, I learned translocate.
Yay!
Congratulations, you learned translocate. I actually don't think I wrote up the rules for it, but it works exactly the same as teleport. So
Okay.
the same mishap chance and things like that, depending on if you've been there or not.
Okay, awesome.
So, yeah, you can now bop around. Cool. Off to Great Bear Mountain, which sounds
Yes.
like a hotel. A resort. Take to the sky with your dragon wings, Trish, and sail over forest and plains and taiga up into the mountains where the air is thin.
Mm-hmm.
And you arrive at the entrance to the domain of the Bear Lord. You see that there is there's 2 polar bears up there, and they've got some like half frozen carcass that they are like pulling the wishbones on with their teeth, basically. It's gotta be like from like a whale or some shit. It's huge.
Wow.
And they are like, they got it in their teeth, and they're pulling back and forth. And then when you come by, they kind of like, there's like a moment where they slow down and stop to look at you, and then one of them realizes that they've kind of got the other one's distracted, so they start to pull, and then the other one is like, oh, it's distracted, and they get right back into it ramps right back up to exactly what it was.
Of course.
You stand up there, you arrive, kind of look around, and then you see a shadow overhead, and you look up and you see the shimmering silver scales of the dragon, still without a name, cycles down. It's only been like 2 days. It hasn't been long.
Right.
So he doesn't look any different. But he does have, he has
Why would he look any different?
like he hasn't gotten any bigger, I mean,
He hasn't
right?
like
Oh,
Pokemon
okay.
evolved. Yeah.
Yeah. He is going to get older over time.
Don't we all?
No, they stay kids forever.
Damn, you know what it's like?
He's a dragon. He's going to be a wormling for like 60 years.
You see that he's got what looks like it's like a leather harness is the wrong word. Necklace. It goes under his neck, but it also goes under his arms so that it like, I guess it is kind of like a harness. But it's not like for riding on. There's no clips or anything. But in the middle of it, at first you think it's a diamond, and then you realize it's like a beautiful, intricately faceted chunk of ice that is embedded in there. He's got bling.
Interesting.
Aw, buddy.
And he lands and he bounds like a dog, like on the forelegs, and comes up to you and gives you like a headbutt and says, "Oh my goodness, it feels like it has been so long since you've been here, even though I know that I saw you just 2 days ago."
Yes, well, you know, at your age, every day is a significant percentage of your life thus far, so it makes perfect sense.
But less and less.
Yes, that's also how that goes. I have excellent news and gifts.
Oh, I'm excited to hear that.
Yes.
Tell me both the news and give me the gifts. You may do both
course.
at once if it pleases you.
That's a good idea. I start like rummaging for the little dragon totem from Garou and the chunk of obsidian. The good news is we successfully destroyed the nasty beholder that was responsible for this whole predicament. So hopefully, your mind should be fully your own forever from now on.
That is very exciting to hear. I'm glad of it. Did he hurt you? If he hurts you, then I shall endeavor to kill him again to make sure that he does not do it anymore.
That can be very tricky, but there's no need to worry. It was, we were prepared, and I think it went quite well. This is from Garou, and I will bring out the carved little dragon totem.
Yeah, he kind of like, he looks at it with one eye, the other sniffs it, kind of puts it in his like lips to kind of feel it, and then he hands it back to you. And he says, "If you have some sort of string or strap, you may tie it to my treasure hoard." And he lifts his neck up for you to like attach it to the thing that's around his neck.
So they didn't put pockets in this harness thing he's wearing.
It's not for people. It's for him.
Of course. Okay.
It is mechanically, it is a badge of battle +2, which means that when he attacks, he gets a +2 to his attack roll and his damage rolls.
That's tight. Yeah, I'll pull out the little scalloped chunk of obsidian. It's I'm afraid it's not much. The beholder didn't have much in the way of a treasure hoard. They're terribly tasteless things like that. But it's a little spoil of battle, and it does catch the light very prettily.
It is nice, especially compared to all of the white that is around. I think it should stand out marvelously. Perhaps you could tuck it in somewhere that it might be noticeable. And he like lifts his neck again, the other side, for you to try to like stick it. There's, you can get it. There's the sewing of the material. You can like kind of slide it in there so that's wedged in nicely.
Can I tell if this thing was sewn by bears?
What kind of check?
Well, I'm just curious. Like, is like the lacing like
a bear
big
check,
and
of
awkward?
course.
It's
naturally.
not. It was sewn. No, it wasn't sewn by bare hands.
Okay.
You make an animal handling check to see if it was handled by animals.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds kosher.
Yeah, no, it's more finely made than than a bear could with claws and teeth.
Cool, fascinating.
So whether it was gotten from somewhere else or whether the bear lord made it in his human form,
yes.
Goliath
form.
form.
That's a cute thought. Yes, I also wanted to tell you that it's possible that we will be moving down to Brux at some point soon. I believe that Katya and the wizard Lysandra are working on some method of ensuring that we'll be able to come back if necessary. But it might be a little bit of time before I can come back and say hello again, although... Well.
I mean, that is sad to hear, but I will visit the grove regularly to see if you have returned. And in the meantime, I do not think it should be so bothersome because I am being kept quite busy.
Huh. Well, I hope the Bear Lord is treating you well, and with the appropriate amount of respect, of course.
It is quite pleasurable, yes. He's teaching me to taste the wind, he says. And he says that soon we will travel north to learn to hunt the giant seals of the Mirror Sea.
That sounds very exciting. Trish is like a little envious, but like trying to hide it.
That's the last we saw of Trish roll up a new character. She's gonna go hunt the seals.
Trish is gonna go seal hunting with the cuz. Well, I'm glad he's treating you well. He seemed an honorable sort, but sometimes you can never tell.
Well, I know that you're an expert in such matters, so I trust you when you said that it was okay.
I did manage to get word to grandmother, just to letting her know that you're all right and under protection of the Bear Lord and assorted other forces at work in the Beastlands, including me. And she said that she would like to see you when my work here is done. Which
He
means,
considers...
if you would
yes.
like to stay here for some amount of time, it's possible that my work will keep me rather busy. And of course,
You
your
see,
arrangement with the Bear Lord is something that I believe grandmother will understand and respect, even if she may take up some conversation with the Bear Lord herself, if the opportunity arises. But
He considers, he says, It's difficult having so many obligations to take care of all at once.
yes,
There are a great many people that rely on any person I see now. I wonder how it must be for Mother, having so many more.
it's quite the responsibility she took on for herself when she chose to make a town part of her horde. But to choose to be a protector, I think, is a very noble thing.
You see, he sits up and he says that I'm very proud to be a protector myself, and I'm only sad that I must send all of you on your way without my protection. But I think that we shall be better for it. For when we see each other again, I will have learned to taste the wind, as he says, and also how to hunt seals, which can only be very useful.
Yes, I imagine it will. And I'm gonna...
Would you like to fly with me?
Of course. I would never turn
My
that down.
thinking being if you'd like to spend the day with the dragon, since I think there's going to be 2 days of downtime anyway, that you
Perfect.
could visit Ilafar on High the next day if you so wish.
Hell yeah. I would love to learn how to taste the wind. Mechanics point of
Yeah.
order. I get 1 free use of the dragon wings for an hour, and then it costs me 3 sorcery points to re-up them the next hour. I have 14 total sorcery points, so I can have 5 hours total.
So if you'd like to, if you want to spend any amount of time flying yourself, you can. Also, you can fly on your cousin's back. So
Aww,
if you want to spend time doing that as well. So
Perfect.
a
I think we will
combination
have
of the two.
a very
I
productive
think,
day.
yes. Fantastic. So go ahead and cross that off the list.
Let me see if I can surreptitiously sew a couple pockets onto his horde just to... I don't think I have the tools for it even slightly, but it's like...
Fantastic. That brings us, why don't we work on Sophia's goals? So, you have the text from Vasilix, I sent it to you, and Lysandra can also help you with any tasks.
Yeah.
So if you want her to work with you on a task, she can give you the help action, give you advantage, or you can send her to do something else that is suitably wizardy, and she can work on that. So what would you like to do now that you have the Vasilix text deciphered?
Yeah. Are we taking another day of downtime after this, is my understanding? Or are we doing just
It
one?
seems like
think
2
so.
is going to be...
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Then-
You've got like a whole season of wizard downtime that's accumulated, so...
Then I would love
Such is the deal with wizards.
Lysandra's help on learning how to tune the antlers. Do we as a group, kind of like above table, have a preference on where they get tuned to? Either trying to find a way to tune them to Brux or tuning them to Krigala? Because essentially it's functioning the same as a tuning fork, is my understanding. Is like, I mean, Austin, tell me if I'm way off here, but like you tune them to one place and then they can shift you to that one place.
Yes. Yep, the tuning fork can't be turned into anything else once you've made it. That tuning fork.
I think having an emergency ripcore back to Krigala seems like a better use of a magic item. Because it seems
Yeah.
like we have a portal to Brux right now.
We do.
Like, one option is we
You
just
do.
go down the portal, and then we have Lysandra seal it after us.
Yes, we
So,
also
like,
I
it
also
seems
can
more necessary.
warp sense to find portals. So if we ever have the inclination that there is a portal somewhere, I can kind of like pinpoint that for us. So I'm inclined to agree, Red, where I think it probably makes sense to make it a tuning fork to Krigala, and then we can always come back if need be. So if there's a way that Lysandra could maybe help me in understanding how that works as the expert in portals and planar transportation, that would be awesome, because Katya will kind of walk up with the antler like, I need to tune this to this layer of this plane, and I'm hoping you can help me with that, because I have this item, and I know that it will function like a tuning fork, but I don't really know how to tune a tuning fork as it stands.
Oh, for sure. She takes it. Gaspar antlers are highly sought after. So yeah, no, you can do this. Usually you need a gold rod tuned to F, but we can use this and tune it to F, and it will function exactly the same way.
Wonderful. If you would be so kind as to aid me, I would love to begin the process, as it were. I find that time is often of the essence here, so it goes.
Yes. So plane shift is a 7th level spell, correct?
Yes.
Cool. So this is actually kind of like a mini skill challenge.
Oh yeah, dude.
Wizards.
So here's the good news. Lysandra, being a planar expert, is going to give you 1 success on this to begin with.
Amazing.
So you're going to start with a success. You need 3. So that is how she's going to help you. Here's the bad news. You've got 3 choices to pick from. Because it's a 7th level spell, they're all DC 17. The first is you could make an Arcana check to match the magical filigree that you need to inscribe upon it to make it magically empowered, right? Mm-hmm. So Arcana, that's very classic wizard stuff. Second, you could make a performance check to match the right pitch.
Well, I won't be doing. Actually, I'm not terrible performance, but I won't be doing that.
It's a wisdom check with your performance if you have proficiency. And then the last thing you could do, you could also make a tools check. This is a dexterity check to see if you can whittle it into the correct shape. If you have some kind of tool that you're proficient with, you can use your proficiency. If not, it's just a straight dexterity check. So you've already got 1 success from having Lysandra. She can help you. So you need to pick 2 of those 3 things. The Arcana check, which is intelligence plus Arcana if you're proficient. Mm-hmm. The performance check, which is wisdom plus performance if you're proficient. Or the tools check, which is dexterity plus proficiency if you're proficient in some kind of tools that would help, like wood carver's tools or something.
All right. I think I'm going to go Arcana and performance. I'd love to do Arcana first because I feel like that's a kind of slam dunk one for me.
Yep. For sure. And it's a DC 17, so go ahead and roll.
Yeah, and with a natural 16 plus 10, I think I am attuned at tuning.
Fantastic. So you're at 2 successes. The benefit if you complete this entire thing with no failures. So if you make a failure, that's okay. You can try again later. But if you do this entire challenge with no failures, you will have just enough antler left over. They're not horns, they're antlers. Just enough antler left over to attempt to make a second one.
Okay.
However, if you do fail at all on that second one, there's no scraps left over, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So, okay. So your 2 successes in. And now you want to make the performance check. So that is your wisdom plus performance. Are you proficient in performance?
I'm proficient in performance, but I have a flat wisdom and a negative charisma. So I think it's just going to be my regular performance proficiency that gets added.
It's your proficiency bonus, so +5 at this level, right? Or +4?
Proficiency bonus is +5. Yeah. So I guess I add 1 more than usual because of my negative 1 charisma.
Because your charisma is bad. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I forgot that you were good at performance because of your nonsense.
People have not been asking me to lie as frequently lately. It's not come up.
Cool. Go ahead, roll.
All right. Thank you, dice, for rolling good. It's 14 plus 5 for 19 total.
19 does succeed. So this is your activity for the whole day.
Yes.
But you do succeed, and you have enough antler left over if you want to try this again on a future day. But yeah, you and Lysandra working together. She understands a lot of the process, so she speeds things up. But she's not like a craftsman herself, so that's why you still need to work through and do all the rolls. But when you're done, you have a beautiful, made out of bone tuning fork that when struck brings out a perfect F, which, Noir, if you could please give us a perfect F note.
When was it established that I have perfect pitch?
Let me pull my guitar tuner app. We might be able to make it.
Hold up, I have a harmonica tuned to F somewhere.
That's my guess for an F. I don't know.
That's what it sounds like when you strike it. It goes, "That's my guess for an F."
Fuck
In the voice of Virla, the Magister of Mistra? That's crazy.
Yeah, who knows that guy?
Okay.
This fucking guy.
This fucking guy again.
Okay.
Yeah, Katya will like tie some rope around the side of the antler and like tie it to the staff of possibility, so it's got a little bit of a dangly, smaller antler coming off of the main antler. And my B team antler for later, a surprise tool that will tune to who knows what plane. But yeah.
Well done. It's not easy to make one of those. I've fiddled around. I usually just buy them for the door snoops at this point. It's frankly much faster that way.
Admittedly, I'm not too opposed to the purchasing of components, but the Beastlands mean you kind of have to make do with what you can find. I appreciate their help. I don't think I would have been quite as successful without it.
She shrugs. She goes, well, wizards gotta help each other out, you know?
I certainly think so. And if I could ask, you seem to know a bit about the followers of Malar who were in the Beastlands before. And my understanding is that they are no longer here because they are dead. You wouldn't happen to know anything more about them, or really anything, information?
I don't know if I know She goes, I don't know if I know a helpful amount. There was this cult, I suppose. They had this high up. He went by Garand, ironically enough. But he was a wizard who worshipped Malar, and he was trying to get him out of carcerai. This is a while ago, so you forgive me if I don't remember all the details. They had some barmy plan that gave everyone in Sigil nightmares, so everyone kept dreaming they were being hunted. Anyway, I heard that it ended up here in the Beastlands, and they tried this big ritual, but that it failed, or it got stopped, or something. I don't know, it was a while ago now. This kind of stuff happens every other 10 day in the cage.
Yes,
But-
I,
Anyway, yeah, so I heard they were all dead, and your friend there says that was him. So, you know, grains of salt aside.
yes, he is, certainly the only follower of Malar we've encountered here so far. Figured as much. Anyway, it's, I hope you're enjoying your time in the Beastlands. It's no Sigil, but it is, it has its charms.
It smells better here.
It's a low bar, but it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, the food's not as good, though.
Oh, did you ever go to that rat cafe?
I love the Rat Cafe.
It's wonderful.
Oh, yeah. No, their strudels are so good. I'm probably gonna be one of my first stops when I get back there, which hopefully, not that this hasn't been fun and exciting and thrilling, but hopefully soon. I've got a lot to go over, and it's just a lot to unpack. Plus my employer will be missing me after some time, so.
Oh, I didn't realize that you were here at the behest of someone else.
Well, I kind of go where I want, but my research has to end up back with her. Otherwise, I don't get paid.
I've been there. Well, if there's anything we can do to help, let us know. I know that we've largely relied on your services, and I would hate to go our separate ways without returning the favor, especially since I suspect we are about to ask you to help us some more in closing this portal.
Well, you did save my life twice, so.
Yes.
I'm not one to pass up on a debt, but at the same time, it would feel disingenuous of me to not count that for something.
It is so nice to meet someone in the Beastlands who is grateful that their life was saved and not trying to kill me immediately. This is very nice. It's nice having another wizard around. I hope that
You
is
should come
good
back to
for
Sigil
you.
sometime. It's a sophisticated
I
place.
cannot
mean,
go
like,
back to Sigil.
every other corner has a Burke trying to kill you and take your chink, but besides that, it's pretty nice.
Is the Searing Tongue still really active? Like they're still a big kind of player around?
Define really active. They have a lot of eateries.
Yes, I can't go back to Sigil as long as they are kind of the main culinary force in the city. But it is a place I miss, and perhaps someday I will hit you up for a delivery of pastries from the Rat Cafe.
Well, who knows? Any given 10-day, things could totally change. The wheel never stops turning, they say.
No, it does not.
All right. Fantastic. Another successful downtime. And it's DoorDash. We gotta get the side chat up on our YouTube so everyone can see all the pithy jokes that y'all make. All right, Garou, it is your downtime. What would you like to do?
Before heading out, I think he's gonna try to talk to Mielikki first and foremost.
Yay!
Okay, how's he gonna do that?
Meditating on by the pool, or I could cast contact other plane. Except Mielikki, this is Mielikki's plane.
Well, she's not here in it, so
okay.
I think contact other plane is a reasonable.
Okay.
Even though you're on the plane where her source of power is, yeah, I think contact other plane is reasonable. You can try to meditate, but you're gonna roll a religion check, and then a success would mean like a good omen, right?
Right.
She's not gonna visit you.
Yeah. No. Then contact other plane. It is.
All right, fantastic.
So Garou will sort of wade out to the center of the pool, and much like Aang, sort of take a stance. And it's a minute to cast, and I believe there is an intelligence saving throw associated with it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Or else you go
boy.
insane.
All right, make a DC 15 intelligence saving throw.
Okay.
Oh, that's why you needed the talisman.
Yeah. Yes.
I knew he was like, yeah, he's trying to do something.
Oh, okay, cool. Looks like I don't even need it. It's a 16.
Okay, so you climb into the pool, floating on your back, your fur kind of spreading out as you do, floating in the water, and you cast contact other plane. You feel your mind kind of...
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
You feel your mind kind of racked by that intelligence saving throw, but you keep your wits about you. And for a moment, you think that nothing has happened. And then you realize that though you're still in the glade, the kind of the ambiance has shifted. It's no longer brilliant, bright sun up ahead. There's clouds everywhere, and there's kind of a strong breeze the wind has picked up. And as you bring your head up out of the water and look, you see that standing by the water's edge is a human-looking woman that you've seen before in green leather armor, a bow at her side, a cloak over her shoulders. What are you going to ask of Mielikki?
Garou sighs for a moment. He thinks, and he says, "It's difficult to continue to do what I've done here in the Beastlands. The power I draw from is antithetical to this place, and I've done terrible, horrible acts in order to maintain my connection to where Malar lies. Would it be possible for you to serve as my patron?" That's the first question.
Would it be possible for you to serve as my patron? Yes. And she sits down at the water's edge and puts her feet into the pond.
For a moment, Garou sighs. Unfortunately, me and Malar are not entirely unaligned. Nature has its balance. And here in the Beastlands, as quiet and peaceful as it is, the ferocity needed to fight back against these aberrations is necessary. A ferocity I see lacks, as the Beast Lords only care about themselves. Second question. Would it be possible to usurp Malar himself?
What do you mean? This is Austin to Wally, quick, just for clarification. What do you mean by usurp? Like, You want a different god of the hunt?
Yes. Garou sees Malar's role as a counterbalance to the serenity of the Beastlands, necessary as a means to keeping the balance that already exists here. He sees the aberrations as proof, as the Beastlands can't really defend themselves. So he wants to sort of occupy Malar's role as a counterbalance in the Beastlands without actually needing Malar here.
So really, let me ask, you've kind of given me two different questions here, which is one, could Malar be usurped as the god of the hunt? Two, could you be the one who acts as kind of like a hunting violent stand-in in this I guess it's two questions. So which one do you want Mielikki to answer, the first or the second?
Well, I have 5 questions, so
Sure.
yeah. So I'll start with can Malar be usurped, and the follow-up would be, would you aid me in doing so?
Can Malar be usurped? She goes, ha! Considers. A butterfly kind of flies by and lands on her shoulder. Maybe. You follow up and ask, could she help you usurp? She ponders, and this time she offers kind of a longer answer, for as long as it, as much as a sentence is longer. She says, the business of other gods is not always clear to other gods. Meaning, you're asking her to be omniscient about someone of not equal power, but like on the same playing field. And she's like, it doesn't work that way. I can know stuff about mortals. I can't just know things about other gods. If they don't want me to.
Okay. 2 more questions, I believe. So
Two
yes.
more.
Garou contemplates once again, and he starts with, we tell stories about things that go bump in the night to teach the young to respect nature. Those creatures are neither evil or bad. These aberrations, on the other hand, are otherworldly. However, the Beastland serves as a place of rest to all. Is it right to exterminate those that have been changed by the aberrations here?
You see the sky gets darker, and she looks almost shy, ashamed, and she says, the wild is my charge. The wild is often violent, but it is not cruel. They are cruel.
Garou nods. And lastly, I only continue to do what I do because I need a guarantee that the souls that I took all those years ago have ended up here. Even if I don't. My situation with Malar was a solution that I came up with years ago. We pledged fealty. He gave us the means to survive, and in the end he would take their souls and continue to grow. I thought bringing him here and the souls he took would provide them with rest. A reckless and desperate plea from a young bugbear, angry and mad at the world. Can you please give them the rest they deserve?
You see, she slides into the pond and swims up to you. The pond isn't normally this deep, but she's at her chin. It's only her head is sticking out. And you can see, she says, looks kind of like, gives you like sizes you up and stares you directly in the eyes. You ask if she can give them the rest that you want them to have. And she says, maybe. And you feel the sun start to creep back in. As your final question is asked, the clouds part, the wind starts to die down. She starts to fade as the sun is arriving. It's like she's being like, she's becoming less corporeal. And you see, she says, before she vanishes, a question for you. Nature is often violent, but it is not cruel. Will you be? And sunbeam comes through and she is gone. Your back's sitting in the middle of the pond, ass in mud. Now that the pond is back to its normal depth, you kind of feel the water running out of your fur, and you see, I assume, Kariq and Katya and Lysandra all around, just working on their own stuff.
Well, that went as well as it could have.
All right. Katya is happy and purring.
He says hi.
Katya's inner lycanthrope, not kicking up a fuss today.
All my D&D characters
Fantastic.
used to play my actual cat. Hi, Ziggy.
Now,
The beast
that
within
is-
demands treats.
That is technically not a downtime activity. Is there anything else you'd like to get up to, Garou?
No, he's not used to peace, but he's going to try to actually have a relaxing day here.
Okay.
So he will just nod at the two wizards, Katya, wizard number 2, Kariq. I wish for some.
You should have a mechanic that allows you to gain strain, so you don't have to practice relaxing.
I wish for some time alone today. If you need me, I believe the wizards may have magical means to contact me, but I will be out in the wilds.
Kariq nods.
Katya's like, yeah, dude, go nuts. I don't know.
All right. You gonna go anywhere specific, Garou, or are you just gonna wander around?
Probably he doesn't like really being in the domains of the Beast Lord, so probably just in the Greenway. Yeah.
Sure. The grass all blowing in the wind, various gazelle and antelope leaping by. It's a nice day. First day comes to an end. Everyone has completed their downtime activities, and it looks like we're going to go into a second day. I know that Trish is going to visit Ilafar on high, as opposed to Illaclose on high, and Illa here, Ilafar, Illa wherever you are. Katya, do you still
or is it in the wind?
It's Ilafar. Great question. I just looked it up before. I think it's Ilafar in the wind. I say Ilafar on high incorrectly. I think it's Ilafar in the wind.
I trusted you. The Discord's gonna
know,
get my ass about it.
No reason. No reason it couldn't have multiple names.
Yeah.
Very, very common.
You hear that, Discord?
People refer to it as many different things. Some people just refer to it as Ilafar. Anyway, Katya, you still interested in trying to learn the psionic counterspell?
I am. I would also like to at some point cast I think a legend lore is going to be the ticket, but also a contact other plane if that does not work.
Yeah. Legend lore or contact other plane for sure. Kariq, what would you like to get up to on this day?
Kariq doesn't really have much on the docket. He has successfully practiced how to teleport, how to translocate.
You could always forage if you'd like, or you can take the help action with Katya's nonsense.
He's
if
happy
you'd like.
to do that.
In fact, if she's trying to learn a psionic thing, it might be helpful to have someone who can be part of that.
It's always very smart to consult the experts. And you're my friend. It'd be nice to spend some time together.
Kariq nods. I don't know how much time this would take, but Kariq also was given the notes on the enucleator specifically, and he can read deep speech. So
that would be a downtime activity to go through those notes.
Gotcha. He's content to help Katya then.
Okay, cool. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Garou, do you have anything you'd like to get up to today?
Not particularly. Is there?
You could always forage if you want. That's always a downtime thing you can do. We could do 2 forage checks if you want to just be in the woods around here.
Yeah, foraging would be great.
Always possible to come across, healing things. So,
would it be possible for Garou not just to forage, but to catalog that which can be foraged?
That's a great question. I think the answer is probably yes. Exactly how that would work, great question. But I'm gonna say yes. Why don't we go ahead and do a forage, and then we'll think. I'll have to think about it in the downtime how you might go about cataloging to better find these things, or maybe it's that I think probably once you find things, you know what to look for. Mm-hmm. So it's a much reduced check if you ever want to find them again.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect.
Okay. We haven't done that forever, so why don't we start with you?
Sure.
Garou. Go ahead. You get 2 checks. You can spend 4 hours looking for these. The first, they are survival checks, and depending on the DC, will tell you how rare an item you discover.
Okay.
So go ahead, roll your first check.
Okay. First one is a 25.
Jesus, that's a very rare. So go ahead and roll me 1d100.
Oh, hell yeah.
This is a forest biome.
Oh, weather as well as
Oh, thank you. This is back to Noir. Go ahead and roll for weather for me.
It's 1d6, 2d6.
2d6. Yes, actually, this will affect if it is too nasty out. Then it'll be harder to find
Tougher.
things. But
right.
Please roll nice.
Surely I can't roll an 11 or a 12 for a second time. Yeah, 7.
7. Okay. Yeah. Another favorable day. Fantastic. All right. What is that D100?
I rolled an 18 on the D100.
18. Coven straw.
Okay.
Let's see what coven straw does.
That's what you made the wicker out of.
1 use. This plant consists of thin wheat-like shoots that grow 2 to 3 feet in height. The grains can be turned to flour that make a dense, hearty bread. Refined. A creature who eats the specially prepared bun or roll made from coven straw flour and then casts an anti-magic field within 1 hour, the area of the anti-magic increases from 10 foot to 20 foot. So if you turn it into a thing you can eat, you can make a bigger anti-magic field.
Okay.
Cool.
So go ahead and write down coven straw, and I can always let you know about it later on. Look it up again. You want to make your second forage check?
Sure.
Cool.
That's the 19 plus. I'm using my herbalism kit here, so I get to add my. That's a 20. Math. 7.
27 is the DC for legendary. Roll me a 1d100.
Whoa. Okay.
You got. There's only 2 options here.
Okay, 62.
That is going to be winter bloom. Let's go ahead and look up winter bloom. Probably something that usually blooms in winter, but we're a slave to the book here. Winter bloom,
no
a small you do get winter here anyway. A
Probably
small
on the edge of the
unremarkable
Beast Lord's domain, you know.
Yeah, it's tough because like it stays wintry in the domain of the Bear Lord because he wants it to be, and it stays tropical in the Roost. Anyway, winter bloom. Uses 1 use.
Okay.
A small, unremarkable green sprout, no more than a few inches high. It is among the rarest of all plants. For most of the year, it appears to be a newly... So it does grow all year. It appears to be a newly sprouted plant with an unopened bud. It changes color to red and gold in the autumn, but keeps its shape. When the first snowfall covers the plant, it opens to reveal a lovely white flower. When you cast Power Word Heal using a prepared Winter Bloom as additional materials component, the target also gains 40 temporary hit points in addition to the spell's other effects.
Pretty solid.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay,
So-
who can learn Power Word Heal?
Plus 40
I believe clerics and bards.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Shit.
But
Alright,
it might be
I'll add
possible
it
to
to
get
the
a, it
monkey's
might be
paw
possible to get a
list.
spell scroll.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's Power Word Heal is a sixth
Six?
level spell, I think.
I believe,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, I don't know. It's possible. It's on the anyway.
This
Garou
says
might be able to
9th
learn it,
level.
Oh, okay.
Power Word Heal. Oh yeah, not heal. Power Word Heal. You're right. It's a 9th level spell. But it might be possible to get a spell scroll of it. So
Well, maybe once the monkey's
these
paw
are.
awakens, it'll be able to cast 9th level spells.
You cast 2 more
Yeah,
sendings
no.
and you'll find out.
Yeah, I guess I
You
will.
think it's
Yeah.
gonna awaken and then just be a continued boon for us?
Probably.
Awakened
know yet.
magic items get awakened magic items get more powerful. You guys have had
yeah.
many magic items that awakened. Anyway,
I
fantastic.
think it's
Very
more
cool.
powerful. I said it boon
As
for us.
Guru's
Oh.
foraging,
It
he's
sprouts more
Alright, yeah.
fingers.
Well, it sprouts more finger. Blip, 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 blip.
as Guru's foraging, he starts to imagine a time after the Beastlands. Daydreaming a little, his eyes mist over. Finds himself thinking of a small cottage somewhere, with a modest garden where he could possibly plant things.
This is a
Voilà.
real feast of Garou backstory.
Before
God
heading
of
back
War arc.
to the grove.
Excellent.
Yeah, I think
All
we should
right.
let him kill and replace Malar and also have a nice little cottage with a garden.
Let's go over to Katya and Kariq.
Yo, yo, yo.
Let's do the shared thing. So,
Yo, yo,
Kariq,
yo.
you're going to help.
Mhm.
All right. So here is how learning the psionic counterspell works. So, it's a lot of the same mechanics as. First off, you have to choose counterspell or dispel magic. I assume you're going with counterspell.
Counterspell, yes.
Sure. You only get one or the other. So.
Beautiful.
You're going to learn psionic counterspell. So it's the same routine as learning a spell, like if you found a spell scroll, which means it's going to be 6 hours and 150 gold worth of components. Do you have 150 gold?
I do indeed.
Okay, so you can mark off, and that'll be your whole downtime for the day, of course.
problem.
Now here is where it gets interesting. There is a check needed to learn to take, because you're not copying off a scroll, right? When you're copying off a scroll, you spend the time, the money, you do it. You've got an eye. You're trying to get the thing the eye can do into a book. So you tell me between Kariq and Katya how you're going to do it, and then I tell you what the check is going to be, and I have a DC already set. So you tell me how you're going to do it.
When I peer at the world in my divinatory sense, it is less that I am looking directly at something, but more seeing the shape of it. The way that the magic is woven all around us. I mean, we call it the weave for a reason. There are usually signs. I wonder if it is not psionically similar, and not to get too basic with it, but were we to look at it through the beholder's eye, would that not perhaps give us a glimpse into what weaves it was seeing? I'm suggesting we use it like a fucking telescope and look around us to see if there's not.
That is incredible. And I think with Kariq here to kind of be your psionic bridge, that is going to be very cool. So it's going to be an Arcana check. That sounds like to me.
Cool.
And it is going to be DC 23, but Kariq is going to help you, which means you're going to have advantage on this. Kariq, how are you going to help? Give us a description of how Kariq is going to be the medium between I and diviner.
Let me think here. Kariq will kind of take in the words that Katya is saying, think on it thoughtfully, and then respond. You can see, not through your eyes. Not in the way that one would see with their eyes, but can see the futures beyond. You can see potentials beyond. You are already versed in seeing not with your eyes. I think to apply what you have learned here, you must take it a step further and see with your mind. Arcanists, innate spellcasters, they treat the mind as simply a vessel for information and knowledge. But it is an organ in of itself, with energy in of itself. It possesses its own magic. I do not think it is too difficult for you to tap into that, to see through this creature's eye as you have instructed.
Very well. Then I think there is little to do but try. And Katya will try and focus not just in her mind, but on her mind as she looks through the eye stalk.
Okay, go ahead, roll me that Arcana check at avantage.
With a 15 plus 10, that's 25 total.
Nice.
25 is a success. You, Kariq holding the eye, squished and gross at this point. You focus staring into it, and you begin to see yourself reflected back. And then you go one step back and you see all of the optic nerves inside of it collecting and pulling in light. And then you go one step further, and now you feel like you're not just seeing a reflection, you're seeing out of it. And you're seeing the world as a psionic creature might see it. There's almost like this electromagnetic spectrum that you can see over everything, and the notion that there's the weave, which is this geometric force, this rule of law, this web cast upon everything that you can pull and pluck at, like you're playing a string instrument, and instead this is more like bands of energy. It's like strength, and you can imagine your brain just thinking pulls upon it and bends everything. You have the psionic understanding to encode within this new spell, the ability to counterspell. So I thought the counterspell worked a different way because I was thinking the old edition. It works in a new way,
Yes.
Which means that there are no different rules. You can counterspell, and it is but you can counterspell the manifestation of a power, as well as a regular spell by casting counterspell. So,
Hell yeah.
and they still need to make the
Yes.
Constitution saving throw.
Outstanding.
Cool.
Kariq, thank you for your
Hell
help.
yeah.
This has been an interesting challenge.
Do you wish to test your newfound powers out?
I watched you fire a lot of beams at the pond earlier. I think maybe it would be better for both of us if we took a break from that for today. It's a day later, right?
Yeah, technically it's a new day.
Technically.
But we keep the resources, so I haven't.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
I am confident
Well,
that
I mean,
through
like,
our,
okay.
I am confident that through our teamwork we have accomplished the goal. I'm sure with our adventures we will have an opportunity to test it in the field soon enough. And
Kariq shrugs. Okay.
If you want to be a coward about it.
I don't want to hurt my buddy. We're bros. We stood invisible in the grove together. That's a bond for life.
I'm not trying to hurt. You're not hurting me. A spell that I'm casting would just fizzle.
Yeah, if you really want to try it, we can. But I feel confident that it'll be fine.
What if the first time you went to use it, I was like, I fucking lied, it doesn't work. You should have told about Kariq.
You were a fool for trusting me.
Gotcha. Yoink. All right. Katya, you wanted to, Kariq, let me know if there is anything else you want to get up to, but Katya first, I know that you wanted to attempt to cast some spells.
Yes, ideally a legend lore. I believe I have the resources for it. Let me just double check my inventory.
Cool. Yep. You need the ivory and then the incense.
Definitely.
Which the ivory does not get expended and the incense does get expended.
I definitely have the incense, but I don't know that I have the ivory actually. So, although
someone had the ivory.
Trish
I've cast Legend Lore before, so I definitely have the ivory.
Would it have been possible to ask
Trish
Trish before she left, like, oh, I am looking to cast a certain spell that I think you are familiar with. You don't happen to have a bunch of ivory laying around by any chance, do you?
Yes, I think that is.
Yeah, I think because I
reason.
have an arcane focus, which means not all of the resources are required for the spell. But I think in this case I did have to do a bunch of shenanigans to get the ivory.
Yeah.
You do need the ivory, and because when there's no cost to a component, you can use a focus, but there's a cost to the ivory, and the incense has a cost and gets consumed, so you do need both.
I definitely knew I had to buy the incense. I couldn't remember if I needed the ivory. But if I
had
the ivory, then yes, I will have
you do have the ivory, leave it
with
with Katya. I think that's reasonable.
Great.
All
Thank
right,
you.
Katya, what are you legend loring?
Malar.
All right.
You're telling me that
describe a famous
Katya
person, place,
had
or
all that hokum about like you have not researched Malar like I have, and then she hasn't researched Malar.
Katya knows him by
She had the
reputation, but I'm
Wikipedia
looking for
tab
specific details. I want to know the depths
Oh
of
my
what's his
goodness.
relationship to the Beastlands specifically. I know what he's kind of broadly a god of. I have guesses, but I'm doing my peer-reviewed research here. Okay, I'm checking in with the functions of the universe.
The more information you already know about the thing, the more precise and detailed the information you receive is. Very cool. The famous thing you choose isn't actually famous. You hear musical notes played on a sad trombone. Anyway, you already know a lot about Malar, so let me give you a little bit of a little read here, and then you tell me what else you might want to know.
Yeah.
A lesser deity, Malar is the god of the savagery of nature, the bloodlust of predators, and above all, the notion that it is the way of the world that the strongest should rule it. Once one of the gods of fury, he battled the gods of peace, where he first encountered Nobanian, but has since fallen far and is now trapped in the Tartarian depths of Carcerai. Ritualistic worship of Malar is rare across the plains, but when it does happen, it often involves a hunt, where the final kill is drawn out, made as bloody and painful as possible. Many of his worshippers seek to free him of his imprisonment in the inescapable plane, and undertake schemes to see it done. Nearly a century and a half ago, before his imprisonment, Malar came into conflict with the then Cat Lord of the Beastlands. In order to grow a better understanding of humans in a world where cats increasingly relied upon them, the Cat Lord created an heir, nicknamed the Kitten Lord, and sent him to live among mortals. However, he was betrayed, and the companion of the Kitten Lord bargained for power with Malar in exchange for the kitten's life. Nobanian, the lion god of nobility and ally of the Cat Lord, attempted to intervene and stop his old foe. The battle was great, but in the end, Malar succeeded in murdering the Kitten Lord and grievously wounded Nobanian. The battle was not a complete defeat, however. In his weakened state, Malar was bound and banished to Carcerai, from whence he has no hope of escape. So potent are the binding magics there that he may not even manifest an avatar outside of the plane. More recently, a plot by a Malarite wizard by the name of Grand attempted to bridge the distance between the mirror worlds of the Beastlands and Carcerai so that Malar's avatar could cross through at long last. Beginning in Sigil, he manifested dark dreams in those of the City of Doors, dreams of being hunted and slaughtered by a feral beast. Once he'd gathered enough power and fear, he and his acolytes traveled to the Beastlands to use the Dream Hearth as the staging of their final ritual. However, they were in the end defeated. The ritual failed, and Malar remains confined in his prison still. And I think that is a pretty sufficient
It's very good. Yeah.
explanation of Malar via the legend lore spell.
Very, very cool. Katya will kind of sit there as the incense is like burning down at the end of the spell, and just sort of ponder what she's heard. I think we don't have a physical conspiracy board this campaign, but in Katya's head there is a conspiracy board, and it's just
Draw a
got
stick in the dirt.
Malar crossed out in the middle of it. yeah, she's got some stuff to ponder. This has been very, very useful. Thank you, Legend Lore.
All right. Did you have any interest in casting Contact Other Plane, or the Legend Lore got you everything you want?
No, Legend Lore got me everything I was hoping for.
Okay. Garou, all done. Kariq, was there anything else you wanted to get up to? If not, we're going to go on over to Ilafar.
Kariq's kind of itching to try out this translocation, honestly.
Ooh.
Okay.
So, I think he will go and he will kind of attempt to shawl his mind flayer appendages and his generally, like, hunchback horror frame and attempt to teleport to Ilafar in the wind and try and find Trish.
Okay. So
he'll spend some time venting all of his strain using the 3 bonus using what is it? I can use it 2 times, I think. Yes, bonus action to remove 5 strain, twice per long rest. So I'll get down to 2 strain.
All right. So, question for your familiarity. You are not going to a permanent circle, and I do not think you have a linked object. So,
No.
would you say Kariq is very familiar, or seen casually? Or viewed once or described? Which do you think best describes Kariq? Because I know that Kariq has some history having, but before this podcast, Kariq has history.
Yes. I think he has I'd say it's somewhere between very familiar and seen casually. I think more on the seen casually thing. He hasn't spent any like prolonged time in Ilafar. It's really just been him abducting mind flayer test subjects.
Yeah, okay,
So-
that's what I thought. There it is.
Okay. So, go ahead and roll your D100 on seen casually.
Yep. So what is it? It's a roughly 50% chance that I'll get on target.
Mm-hmm.
72.
Okay. With a concentration, and you do have to roll to see if you take strain off of this, right? Because it is a high
Yes,
enough
it's
order
a power. It's 5th power.
I believe so,
order.
yes. 5th order.
7. Okay. Actually, this is important. What class of power is it?
Oh, great question. That was not a thing I'd considered. Give me a moment. Pyrokinesis now.
I think among the list, probably telekinetic might be the most fitting. Like transport.
it's not metamorphosis. Yeah.
No. Yeah.
What is resopathy? That's emotions, right?
I think according to the text blurb, it's like material. You can change.
Material. Oh.
Well, I don't know. Hold on. Well,
I always
also
because you're a
something
metamorph, isn't that? Yeah. hold
Yeah. Let me read what the flavor text says.
Yeah.
Uh,
Give me the subclasses. Let me see the subclasses.
Through
And
sheer force of
specializations.
will, you create and reshape objects and creatures, literally making your dreams and your enemies' nightmares come true. Resopaths are sometimes called makers. Yeah. So it's like stuff that he can do. Stuff that Resopaths can do is like manipulate terrain. Manifest ally. You create a soulless creature with the statistics of a beast of your choice.
I think that it does sound like a
creation.
resopath to me. I'm gonna rule that right now, and then if I have to change it in the future, I will. But I'm gonna rule it as a resopath ability. The only other thing I think it could be is chronopath, like time shunting kind of stuff. But I'm gonna go with resopath right now. It feels similar to me. So
Then
Anyway.
in either of those instances, Kariq can't re-roll his manifestation die. So I gotta get it right in one, or else I take the strain. But I didn't take the strain this time.
Woo!
okay, and with that, boom. You arrive in Ilafar, and I do want to cut back over. As you wake up in the morning, cold and refreshed, but I'm sure used to it from your childhood with grandmother Trish. Is there anything you want to do before you fly out over to Ilafar?
Nothing too crazy. I think this was a mostly a wellness check to make sure that the dragon was being treated good and that the bears aren't, corrupting his young mind. And pass along gifts, I think. I think Trish finds it kind of refreshing to be back somewhere that feels like home, and B, kind of far away from everyone else for a little while. So she's just kind of like, okay, great, let's make the most of the day before the responsibilities come back.
All right, with that, you fly on over. We're gonna start with Kariq, who gets there. Actually, I guess Kariq probably gets there later because you have to help.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Katya. So
and I long rest in 4 hours, not 8. So
you long rest. So yeah. So Trish, you arrive. I mean, you still need to spend time anyway. You're not asleep, but you spend time in the rest state anyway. You arrive at Ilar. Yeah. The many birds, parakeets, and other cetacids and toucans and arasaris and things like that, all flying about. Of course, just this. There's not like a thick knot of hawks. They can't support that many. There's a thick knot of birds everywhere, but still there's way too many hawks for any normal, reasonable place. And it's a sharp contrast because it is practically tropical here. Mm-hmm. You're basically in like a cloud. You're high enough up that it's not like super hot, but you're basically in a cloud forest. It's still tropical. There's still a lot of moisture in the air, and yeah, all the buildings here with their, the couple little rope bridges that there are. Many buildings just built on a single platform. All of them have little bromeliads and things growing up out of the gutters. Plants growing everywhere. Mosses hanging down off of the edges of porches. What would you like to do? You see the ardlings of bird folk flying about. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, Trish has like a pretty short shopping list, but she's been here once before, but she was kind of on a mission and she had Garou, so I think she also just kind of wants to familiarize herself a little bit with the town. She'd like to, if possible, re-up her personal supply of healing potions and see if she can find anywhere that has any like maps or just information about Brux. If there's like because she knows where the apothecary is or the healer is, so that would probably be... If she can't figure out a place to buy potions, she would probably go there. But
Shakoba is the best place to buy anyway, so you already know it.
Great. Then yeah, I'll scoot by there, say hi, acquire some potions.
Yeah, you go and see their door is closed to this place. It's still pretty early in the morning. The sun has obviously all the way up, but there's a light misting on the ground from the recent rain. And you feel like here it's a little bit more thicker. There's still a lot of humidity, kind of like an early Florida morning. There's still a lot of mist kind of hanging in the air, even though the sun is still hanging high and burning it off quickly. You arrive. The door is closed.
Oh. I keep forgetting other people keep different hours. If I get the vibe that it's too early to politely call on this person, I will wait. I'll go other places. I'll, spiral around.
There's people up. There's other people up.
Okay, then in that case, I'll knock.
Yeah, you give a knock on the door, and see if I can do my bird voice again. Come in.
I will open the door.
Yeah. You open the door and walk in. You see that it's exactly as you left it. It's like it's kind of like a witch's cottage vibe, right? Yeah. There's drying things hanging from the ceiling. There's shelves with all kinds of bottles. One last after Garou stole it.
I didn't see that part, so.
There's one less after Garou, and like a cauldron. It's not bubbling or anything right now, but there's a cauldron and a chimney that goes up. A very primitive stones and mud kind of chimney that leads up. And you step into the room. As you do, you hear the sound of a bow being drawn.
Huh?
And you hear next to you, you got a lot of nerves showing up here.
Yeah, dude, we left her here.
Yeah.
Excuse me? I turn around.
You see the warden. You see there is a tiefling woman standing there, bow drawn, aimed at you.
How's she looking?
She is currently standing, and as you look down, you see that from her leg where there was nothing, there is now a leg, but it is prosthetic. It's wood, not lacquered. it looks like sanded down, trying to give the right word. It's still natural, but it doesn't have like like rough bark or like little leaves or twigs poking off of it. It looks sanded down. But there's a lot of different like kinds. If you've ever seen people who like sometimes they'll super glue a lot of different kinds of woods together and then like shave them down, you get like this cool banding effect. It's like the different muscles, and where there would be different muscles are like different kinds of wood all stuck together. And she's standing on that, and she's got it aimed right at your neck, this arrow.
You're looking well. Did I miss something?
You see, she stares at you for a second. She goes, "Nah, I'm just kidding." Puts the bow down, unnocks the arrow.
You never can tell these days.
Yeah, I was pretty shook last time we met, pretty shaken, and I just kind of wanted to get your judge how you would react to having an arrow in your face. Pretty steely.
Well, if you'd caught me on a different day, things might have shaken out differently. But I'm glad to see you're well.
Oh, well is a word for it. She goes and sits down, and you see she takes off the prosthetic and kind of rubs at her leg. She's still really early in the process of getting used to this thing. And then you see the toucan face Aarakocra Shakoba kind of pokes her head up from behind her. This is like where she lives too, so like her bed. There's like a bed couch thing, and she kind of pokes her head up from behind it. She goes, "Are we done with that? Is it over?"
Oh, not a fan of pranks then.
She insisted when she saw it was you coming.
Well, that's very sweet. I can't say I've ever been very good at them, but I respect the craft.
Can I help you? It's a pleasure to see you again. Can I help you with something?
Yes, I had a rather alchemical request, but also, you seem very knowledgeable about many things in the Beastlands, and I had a few questions pertaining to the lair of Brux. It looks like that might be where our quest takes us next.
You hear the warden says, "Brux? You mean everything taken care of up here?"
Well, I'd hesitate to say everything, but it does seem as though we've cleaned up most of the aberrant sources of trouble in the Beastlands. Although, fair warning, the Bear Lord may have become somewhat more dangerous recently, but he seems an alright sort, so I expect it'll be okay.
More of a danger to himself than anything else, if you ask me.
That's comforting. But yes, the beholder responsible for the various mutants and aberrations at work does appear to be about as dead as we could make him, so hopefully it sticks. You never can tell.
Cheers. Is it too early to drink to that?
I'd say not. If anything, it's been a couple days. Well deserved.
She kind of still reaches over and starts groping for something on the shelf. She's like, these are all ingredients. Shakoba, what are you looking for? Shakoba will, you can ask both of them if you want, but Shakoba will try to put together a little a little package for you she answers your question. So what is it that you're looking for?
Well, just a few potions of healing is really the only, like, alchemical thing I needed, but if they have any sort of, like, map of Brux, even in the very broad strokes of, like, what beast lords are present there, obviously the Boar Lord is down there somewhere, probably, but, so things have changed, but, like, I know the Grove of the Unicorn is a solid point up here, I know Ilifar in the Wind is here, I know Signpost is here, but, like, what are the landmarks in Brux, if they know?
Yes, for sure. Hold on a minute. So good news. Go ahead, roll me 2d4.
Okay. The first d4 is a 2. The second d4 is also a 2.
Okay, so she's got 4 potions of regular healing.
Heck yeah.
Now, you've heard it said before that potions in the Beastlands, everything costs twice as much because it's hard to get, but she's a friend of yours, so it's going to be halved, so back to regular cost. Potions of healing are 50 gold apiece.
Okay, 200 gold. I will mark that off.
And she does happen to have 1 potion of superior healing, which is 450 gold, if you wish to get that instead.
I'll get that also, in addition to.
Wait, or also, yes, that's also
Yes.
also fine. Cool. So that is going to be 8. No. 650, right? Yeah,
650.
650.
Yeah, I just removed it in 2 batches, and I'll add a potion of superior healing.
Yeah, 4 potions of regular healing, 1 potion of superior healing. And then you ask about Brux. Fantastic. Let me bring up... Do I not have it? Oh, I gotta bring up... I don't have it downloaded yet because I was still... It's not that I'm still working... Ugh.
I'm sneaking a peek at the notes already.
So... I'm not gonna show you because she doesn't have a map to show you. But you see... Both of them... Shikoba's like, oh, it's been so long since I've been down there. And the warden agrees. She's like, yeah, been a long time since I've been away from my post at the Standing Stones. Guess I don't really need to return to that anyway. So what do you want to know? So you want to know points of interest?
Yeah, points of interest, notable worrying guys, that kind of thing.
Notable worrying guys.
Yeah.
You see... the warden considers. She says, well, in terms of threats, and if we're talking right below, things are always a little bit dicey when you're talking about matching up locations on planes. But in my experience, heading directly down, we got a couple main points of interest. First off, before you even get to the ground, this place is swarming with Mortai. So watch out for those.
What exactly are Mortai?
Oh, big faces in the clouds. They don't like other people being in the sky.
Ah, we may have some trouble then.
Yeah, I bet you will. Yeah. Used to be a city down there in the trees, kind of like this one. Not anymore. And speaking of, that's point of interest number 2. Place called Plague Root. It's domain of the Rat Lord.
Oh, sounds very pleasant. Easy.
Let's see. You've got the Prowl. It's the domain of the Wolf Lord and the Cat Lord. And of course those bastards at the Blackstone Lodge.
So they're also found in that domain with the Cat Lord and the Wolf Lord and...
Yes, they're down there too. Last I heard, they'd set up shop near a branch of Yggdrasil. That's how they get around so easily.
Oh, of course. Yggdrasil must be found here. I don't suppose any parts of it extend into Kragala. That seems like it would be a very reasonable way down.
For sure, but I don't know where they are. They're a little bit ephemeral.
I suppose that makes sense. So, the Wolf and Cat Lord share the domain. I can't imagine that's a particularly friendly relationship.
There's a river between it. They don't like each other. That's all I know about it. I didn't spend much time in there. I'd rather be predator than prey.
I suppose most would, given the choice.
Let's see. The Swan Maze have an area down there. It's kind of a neutral place for a lot of the lichens.
That could be very interesting. I take it there's no equivalent to the Grove of the Unicorn. No place of uncontroversial safety.
Depends really who you are. The Fae have an outpost down there. It's called Dermista. They're, they're accommodating in their specific Fae way.
Probably a call of last resort.
Let's see, what else is dangerous down there? Oh, you have the Living River.
The Living River?
Yeah, there's a bunch of rivers down there. They all feed into the Sigius well. The Living River is down there. It's a serpent, couple dozen miles long.
I was hoping I'd seen enough of those, but that does sound kind of interesting.
Well, if you're sick of snakes, then I would not suggest going all the way down to Karasuthra. Anyway, anything else of note? Oh, Still Song. Be careful there. Everyone wants answers, but some people drown themselves.
I may require a little bit of additional context.
Oh, I forget what they're called. I'm gonna have to look it up. But she explains. There's magical creatures there that look like dolphins. But they're not dolphins, and if you hear their song, you can get answers to very difficult to answer questions. But
it's
sometimes
sirens.
people hear them. It's sirens.
Okay.
But sometimes they don't do the killing. They just cause you to drown yourself.
Yeah, that's how sirens work.
Oh, I thought sirens were like luring you in specific. The
Yeah,
sirens
and then you dash
want
yourself
you to
on
die.
the rocks.
Yeah. These creatures, they don't want you to do that. They're not like possessed of
Harpies are the ones
intelligence
that-
like that.
Harpies are the one
Yeah,
that actually.
they're
Harpies
not
mess you up with their
possessed of
bare
intelligence.
talons.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay.
They're but also the sirens like want you to do it. They're happy that if you kill yourself. These creatures, they're not malicious. It just is a thing that happens.
Okay, this seems like it would be pretty good if I used that one spell that lets me breathe underwater.
Oh yeah, big. The Sigius well is huge, way bigger than any body of water that we have here, even the River Oceanus.
The Sigius well?
One word: Segias Well.
Wait, S-E-G-I... What?
Segias
Uh-huh.
well. It's one word.
Sigius well.
Sigius well.
Oh, Sigius well. So, something like an ocean?
Approximating. I mean, yeah, I guess. It's infinitely sized because everything here is infinitely sized, so I guess ocean's
yes.
appropriate.
Uh,
Oh, and
I'd be inclined
hyenas.
to-
You do have to watch out for hyenas.
oh, lovely.
They're no laughing matter.
Somewhere Katya makes a joke spontaneously and then isn't entirely clear why.
This will be important later.
Well, I'll say that this conversation kind of takes place over the course of several hours as
Sure,
you get
yeah,
like
we're hanging
filled
out,
in.
having tea.
And have your little bundle, it's breakfast time. Have your little bundle shaped up, and as you're still in there, Kariq, you arrive. Of course, you don't arrive directly in the hut, but you do arrive here in Ilafar, and you see, there are rope bridges, so you can meanderingly make your way around.
Mm-hmm.
But in general, this is for flying people. So, but you have the carpet, don't you?
I do.
Yeah, so there you go.
But
So if
Kariq
you
is not
wish,
in
you
the
can...
mood to really bring attention to himself. So I think, well, is it to bring it? Well, would it be attention bringing if he walked or if he flew on a carpet? You know?
It's it's less attention bringing to walk, because there are other people here who can't fly who have. There's actually a service that does it. There's a guy on a giant hawk that'll bring people up and down, like a ferryman.
Interesting.
So there are other people here. There's no other flying carpets, but there are other people here walking. So both are going to draw attention, but one much less than the other.
Okay, I think Kariq will still walk. From what little he kind of remembers about Ilafar, he'll kind of make his way around. He doesn't know where Trish is, and Trish doesn't know he's even here. So if
Correct.
they never even meet, this is... it's a possibility, and I suppose that's okay. He'll just teleport back when the day's done.
And nobody will ever know what happened.
I think the first place that he would like to go to with intention is some kind of outlook that perhaps can look upon the shrine where they found the warden.
Oh,
You
for
know?
sure. Yeah. Hold on. Let me close my... I don't know why I decided to close Roll20 to bring open this map. That's stupid. Roll20 is good and useful and helpful. But yeah, you head out and... I mean, it's not a tourist trap, right? There's not like a place with like little binoculars, but there are tons of just places that do look out. There are, if you can imagine the fact that they do need to rest. Most of these are buildings in the trees here, but on the rockwork. But there's also just platforms in some places, especially like transitionary. Like you need to go this way and then left to get to this other house, and it's too far for a rope bridge to go across, so you got to go this way and this way, and there's just a platform in the middle. And so yeah, you go out and look and gaze out at the standing stones. Way far in the distance, but you can just make out over the hills the toppled stones as you left them.
He'll look there, and then just kind of like, as he's meandering around Ilafar, kind of like up, like in the sky, in like the mountain range sort of beyond and in the area. He's trying to see if he can just, on kind of a long shot, spy Sayre from anywhere.
Go ahead, make me a perception check.
Oh, sure. Let me see. He's totally not anticipating this to work, and that's okay.
You round
He
a
does have
corner
a
and
plus
he's
6 to
also there in a shawl.
Yeah. Well, 15, I'll burn 3 of those 12 pressure points I fucking made for myself to up that up to an 18.
18. Good insight, Noir. As you spend some time watching the standing stones, at some point you do swear that you see something a little too big to be an average bird lift off and take up into the sky. It is eventually, with an 18, it's lost among the clouds, but you can't help but shake the feeling that Sayre returned to the last place he knew everyone was, even though he'd already seen them all die.
Yeah. Okay. Glad to know he's okay. And I think with that, then he'll just kind of wander around. He'll keep to himself, not really enter any buildings, but just kind of, I think, a little bit lost. See if he can just spy Triss from somewhere.
Well,
Is Triss with the dragon? That'd be a lot more conspicuous.
No. The dragon is still with the Bear Lord.
Yeah.
And he probably
He's got to
wouldn't
learn
fit
to
in
taste the
alchemist's
wind.
hut. Yeah, he's learning how to taste the wind, guys.
He's got to learn to
He
taste the
can't
wind.
taste the wind on Ilifar on the wind?
Go ahead, make me 2 checks. Make me an investigation check, Kariq,
Okay,
and also
he's
make
good
me
at
a stealth check. You can use your dexterity or charisma for this check.
Yeah, they both suck.
Scary monster man wants to hide in society, huh?
Okay. There's no need to be fucking rude. The good news is, if you cause an incident, it raises my chances of finding you.
That is true.
True. Okay. Investigation check first. I have a plus 10 to this. Easy peasy.
Don't say
18.
that. Why do you say things like that?
18. It was below
Okay,
a 10. I rolled an 8. And then for my stealth check, 16.
On a passive perception, I give the town a passive perception of 13. You're able to keep yourself hidden. And you recognize Triss's voice. There's not like, glass panes in a lot of these windows or anything. So just spending a couple hours wandering around, you catch the sound of Triss as you walk by one building, and looking through, you can see that Triss is inside with Shakoba. I don't know that you actually met Shakoba, but also the warden is in there. All of them enjoying a spot of tea and a little bit of if you wanted a little bit of moonshine to put into your tea, if you so pleased, for a little kick.
I'm making my own girls' night.
Hey. Hey.
I think Kariq will kind of assume, like, either find a platform or a bench or whatever that has like a line of sight to Shakoba's and just kind of wait there. He doesn't want to like, speaking will kind of reveal himself, and he's not really interested in explaining any of that to Shakoba. The warden she's already familiar with, so that's less of an issue, but even so, just kind of sit on a bench and wait till Trish leaves. That's not what I want to do, Red. I do not want to kick the door down like Big Bird.
You don't want a Big Bird gif this?
Big Bird that door.
All right. Well, Trish, time goes by. Is there anything else that you want to ask? Any specific things or any other general conversation you want to have? That's most of the knowledge that you're able to get out of the warden in Shakoba. But if you...
I'm good. I think I've covered basically all the ground I wanted to. I'm happy to, continue to socialize, but I know I showed up early. I will, excuse myself when it's, clear that we've all got other business to attend to. But yeah.
Yeah.
I will ask Shakoba if she's aware of anywhere else in Ilifar that might have a more like detailed map of Brux or something available. Like, it's fine if not. It's just, it is one of the things I was hoping to try and find, and if it's, it's an option, it's an option.
Maps of such places in high demand. Very rare. Very hard to do. Most people get eaten in the process.
Oh, yes, I hadn't considered that. Oh, well.
Yes, it's very special to have a map from Rawl.
Yeah, we'll have to
People
track
wanna
down
call
Rawl
him
and see if we
Dak.
can make us another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. Great. In that case, I will see if there's anything I can leave to be nice, but I don't think so. Yeah, I'm gonna.
You already left 650 gold.
I did pay them generously. Yeah, I think I'll
That's-
Midwestern goodbye
yeah.
my way out and prepare to maybe take another turn around the town just to kind of relish the fact that there is a town here, and then I think I will make plans to head back, but I expect they will change.
Fantastic. You exit. The warning gives you just a nod before you go. And Shakoba packages up a couple little cookies for you to take, and you leave feeling very hospitable. You experience great hospitality, and see that Kariq is waiting there, not far, kind of posted up, just sitting against a railing.
He waves.
Trish will pop the wings and fly over. Hello, friend.
He waves again.
I don't think I expected to see you here. You seemed rather reticent about visiting this place last time. And this time, I will gesture to the shawl.
Indeed. I think it would be best if I were not to make myself known. But there were errands I wished to take care of here, which I have done. I trust that yours have also been fruitful.
Yes, hopefully none of us will be going down in any more fights anytime soon, but I like to at least be able to get everyone back up.
Indeed.
Yes. And I've heard some rather interesting rumors about what we may be facing down in the area of Brux. I'm starting to think that little trinket we picked up that will allow us all to gain gills permanently may end up being useful after all. There's quite a lot of strange water afoot.
Useful information indeed, then.
Hope so.
Have you much else to do here?
Not really. It seems unlikely that we'll be able to get any sort of map. And it seems as though Katya has already prepared our way back, potentially, if we need to exit Brux in a hurry, so I can't think of much more preparation we'll need to do before descending.
Very well. Then perhaps we may see.
You see, like, Kariq's very awkward about this, just like, just kind of like looking around shiftily, like any figures that might like pass by or linger on them gaze-wise. Through some, he eventually sort of like grits out.
Perhaps we shall see then what this settlement has to offer as far as recreational activities are concerned.
I quite hadn't considered that. But yes, we certainly should. I mean, this seems to be the largest civilization center in this entire part of the plane. It's got to have something going on.
We went to a bar together last time.
Bar is basic. Bar is
Shuffleboard.
I did love girls'
It's
night. I'm just saying, bar is expected.
It's
You
an
think the guys have axe
outpost-
throwing?
It's an outpost town. It's an outpost town, and most of the people that are here are transient, right? They are people who are out collecting things. They're hunters or foragers or whatever it is that are out gathering things, and then they come here to sell stuff because they're going back out into the wild, or to pick up more supplies, or they want to take it all the way as far as signposts, but they want to stay somewhere safe for a day. So mostly what there is to do here is be a merchant who buys some stuff to then sell it later, or normal traveler, like, it's kind of like a Wild West town,
So they don't have axe throwing, is what you're saying.
If you want to get in, they have axes. If you want to throw them, that's your prerogative.
ridiculous.
You could certainly buy a hand axe.
No,
if
I
you'd
have
like
daggers,
to, if
and
you'd
I've
like to
never
throw
once
it.
used them. I have all the edge weapons I need, which is
I
none.
assume, when you're having some rations, you got to cut off a piece of
Yes.
jerky or something like that with a dagger.
Yeah, that seems like the only use I would have for it.
So,
At least we can take
My
a view.
thoughts were more in the way of perhaps a stroll
Oh,
around the settlement to take in the sights, as it were.
yes, I suppose that could be just as pleasant as throwing weapons into things that can't fight back.
Indeed.
I apologize. Some of my friends back home have funny ideas about recreation. I suppose they rubbed off on me a little.
all right.
Tell me more.
Well, I mean, there's not very much to tell, of course. I grew up, for the most part, with grandmother in the Horde, at the top of a very tall mountain with a very large, beautiful view. And then at some point, it occurred to me that there was stuff closer that I could check out, see for myself. And the town at the base of the mountain started to become very interesting. I'd never really had playmates, of course. At least, none that I can remember. Perhaps when I was very small. But grandmother was more of a mentor and a teacher. So I was looking for friends. And I found some. And they were quite different from everything I'd seen before. Quick. I don't really know how to describe it. It's not exactly... It seems difficult, I think, to communicate it, given how upset you and Katya got when I couldn't tell you how old I was. Time passes differently in the realm of a dragon and in a place of only elves. It wasn't really until I met humans and half-elves and halflings and quick people that time started to become a meaningful thing for me. And I got to grow up alongside a few of them, which was an unexpected treat.
Their absence must weigh on you then.
Well, I was never really one to stay close to home for long. And I think sometimes that maybe I was why they started to follow. You know, trade in plowshares for swords. Take up adventuring. It was fun. Very fun. A challenge, you know? Exciting. No dearth of ruins and dungeons and interesting treasures to find. And I think maybe because it was easy for me, I got a little bit caught up and didn't notice how I was leaving the others behind.
How so?
How so?
Oh, sorry, I only heard so. It's... I've met other sorcerers, you have to understand. Not many of them. But... it's different when the power is part of you all your life. And I know your power is a part of you, but I understand that it took root after some time and was not always there.
Kariq nods.
They are not innate.
It's somewhat different then. When power is part of your bones, when it is nothing you can share, everyone around you begins to look not small, diminished, perhaps. It's an unfair thought. It's not one I like to share, if I can help it, because I know it's not true. But it's difficult to see the world as anything less, when what I am accustomed to is so much more. And at some point I faced down someone very similar to me. Family. Not like grandmother. The other part of the family. They'd come when I was away, and my party without me was inadequate to prevent harm. because that's what I do. I prevent harm. And what had been fun became responsibility. And even though the day was won, things changed somewhat. The town started to feel heavy, like a shackle. And the people I cared for, that care began to hurt. And I think that may have been where it started. Closeness turned to weight.
The question then becomes, how does one unshackle themselves from such a burden? Because I do not think isolation is the answer.
Perhaps not. But it is the answer to some things. And sometimes I think the most dangerous battles must be fought in isolation, to prevent the diminished from being lost forever, or separating themselves, or distance can be safety, I think, for everyone. And sometimes I do not know how to be close. It's easy to be sociable. Of course, that always came very naturally. It's easy to be polite, and kind, and friendly, and helpful, and assume the best, but it is difficult to be open. Difficult and dangerous. Because if your mind is too open, all sorts of things can find their way in.
That may cut both ways. An offer for things to infect you, or a means for one's perspective to change. I can only offer this. Sometimes isolation is best. Other times, it is the only solution. And in many others, it is not a solution at all. This battle that you have is unique to you. It is one that you fight in isolation. I would perhaps recommend you do not add any others.
Thank you. I think that was very kind.
Kariq nods.
It is merely repayment for the words you have given me.
Well, I do love to hear myself talk, so I'd be happy to give you more.
Kariq nods. You know, he's trying to think again. This year stray, the Mask of Malar.
They're bickering. What do you make of it?
It's difficult to gauge. I think the hatred they harbor for each other seems borrowed to me, impersonal. I think when Garou looks at Katya, he sees only what she represents. And when Katya looks at Garou, she sees everyone who's ever driven her from any place she's called home. It can be difficult when a conflict is out of proportion with the reality. I find Garou stalwart, trustworthy even. I believe he is an open book. But then again, I have known many adventurers, and many of them are quite similar to Garou. Perhaps I am simply familiar and comfortable with the concept.
You do not find his murderous qualities alarming?
Like I said, I've known many adventurers. I believe that... Well, to be completely honest, I don't consider Garou a threat, and I think that may be factoring into why I find him pleasant to be around. He's quite dangerous in his way, but it's not one that I find particularly concerning, but I do trust him to be honest where it counts. And I trust that even though he cannot meaningfully harm me, if necessary, I believe he would still try. And I think that is quite a valiant trait.
And alarming.
Most of us are alarming.
Indeed. But, valiant as they may be, I think other members of our hunting party find them more alarming than valiant.
Yes, I understand Katya's discomfort and fear. I've never been terribly good at mitigating such things. She's a bit more of a puzzle to me, if anything. Garou, I feel I understand. Katya, I think we only know the surface. I think she only knows the surface.
They are odd mirrors of each other in strange ways.
Yes.
She chose to forget. He chooses to remember.
Both have shackled their safety to a rather untrustworthy source, I believe. Both driven in some way by desperation, which I admit is a feeling I have only recently become familiar with. I think perhaps what drives them against each other is that very similarity. And I'm not entirely sure what can be done about it, except perhaps to let it boil over and hope that in the aftermath, certain things can be mended when brought to light.
Assuming that once things boil over, there is anything to mend.
Well, I think you and I can make sure that there will be.
I suppose that is the crux of why I brought this up.
Huh.
You mention you are not very good at mediating such ordeals, but I ask your assistance on it regardless.
Well, I can only promise to try. Most conflicts I find unable to touch me in any meaningful way, and thus I find them easy to ignore, and perhaps that is not the best way to approach them. Since we are all Knights of the Unicorn, chosen to carry out the will of Mielikki, it is important that we find ways to work with each other, and there is no running from a responsibility taken on willingly.
I suppose then we may consider this a lesson in openness. For just as you have to let things in to you, you must give yourself to others.
Now that is a strange concept, and certainly not one that grandmother would have ever taught me.
Perspective.
Perspective. I hope Katya will be all right when we descend to Brux. I know Garou seems eager to, and that makes me think she may be alarmed at the prospect.
Which is why I would like them to have as much support as possible as we advance on our next leg of this journey. My prediction is that as we enter more into the territory of the Mask of Malar, more of these instances will, and then Triss's voice, boil over. we must not lose focus of why we went there in the first place.
Yes. It does seem that this conflict, the source of the aberrations at the heart of it, which I still believe must be illithid in origin, it seems rather more impersonal for Katya and Garou. A concept, an antagonist that threatens something they care about and not an enemy in and of itself.
Perhaps. I think for one, though she may spurn at it, there is an innate desire for goodness that spurs her to do good. And for the other, there is a desire to protect the lands within it which she has lived for so long. We can utilize these to hold them to the mark.
I doubt we will need to do such direction. I doubt we will need to instill such direction in them. I believe that, well, I suppose I don't know what Garou's own goals in Brux are. But
And that is yet another thing to be mindful of.
Yes, but I can say with something resembling certainty that I doubt they are what Malar believes them to be.
Kariq, cocks his head.
Garou sees Malar as necessary power, and this is a concept I am familiar with from the outside. In the same way that Katya struck the deal she did because she felt she needed to, and this is all she can remember of that time. Desperation enables many hard decisions to become easy. I do not believe that Garou holds any love or respect for the ways of Malar, perhaps very loosely for what he represents, but not for what he is. I think that whatever his personal goals may be, I do not believe that they are Malar incarnate. I think that Malar is an enemy, but a distant one, and one who Garou is fighting before he ever reaches any of us. And that does not always mean we are safe, unfortunately. But I think it is enough to understand Garou, and know that we would not be fighting Malar through him. Again, this is why, if anything, Katya has me a little more on edge. There is something cat-like about her, and the Cat Lord's domain is below.
Perhaps both mysteries shall reveal themselves as we delve deeper.
I'll admit to quite a bit of curiosity.
I do not know much about his god. I know even less about the being she struck a deal with. It would be overwhelming should they come to light at the same time.
And yet I'm still so very intrigued. Perhaps it's selfish of me. A good mystery is so rare in my line of work, you know.
I admit the intrigue stirs me as well.
Yes. I do worry I haven't given Katya enough reason to trust me, and I'm sure that's an oversight that I may come to regret. I know that probably of the three of us, I am the one who trusts Garou the most, and I understand this may be a controversial stance.
Kariq nods.
It is perhaps your trust in him that correlates into a mistrust on her part.
Well, I can't fault her for that. It's naturally to be cautious, but... well, I suppose it doesn't really matter if she trusts me or not, because she can rely on me either way. And she doesn't exactly seem the type to ever become entirely comfortable with somebody, so I'm not sure how much peace of mind I would really give her.
Regardless, I think things would be more difficult if she was under the interpretation that she was surrounded by enemies on all sides.
That would be unfortunate, because that's certainly not the impression I ever wanted to give her, but it still serves her well to be cautious, and I wouldn't dream of dissuading her of that.
She can be cautious and trust you.
We'll see if I earn that, I suppose.
I confess, I have come here for another reason.
Oh?
Osveldroth demonstrated to me a power that I have taken some time to learn,
Ooh.
and I have been a bit eager to demonstrate it for others.
Well, by all means.
If we are done here, I can escort us back.
Ooh. Well, I've certainly had enough stretching my wings for 2 days. I wouldn't mind a shortcut.
Is there any final things you would like to do?
Just takes a quick
I am
glance
not
around.
familiar, but I could attempt, with some risk, transporting us to the domain where your relative lies.
Oh, that's very kind. I visited him yesterday. He's doing quite well. They gave him a vest of some kind? I've never seen a dragon wear clothes in their base form, but I suppose we do things differently here.
What a takeaway. They gave him a vest.
They gave him a vest! They gave him a vest without pockets, no less.
And have you ever seen a bear wear clothes either? I mean, it raises a lot of questions about who's making these vests.
No, they're almost
Straight
always
up Winnie
bare.
the Poohing it. But no,
We
I believe
did the puns already. We don't gotta.
Yeah, yes. The Grove of the Unicorn, I believe, is a fine destination.
Very well. Perhaps outside the limits of this settlement.
Oh, yes, probably wise. Do you want me to fly you down to the base? I still have my wings out.
Sure, I guess. Kariq was content to just walk, but I suppose Churus would not be.
Well, the question is, like, how far is it from, like, the bottom level of Ilfar to, like, the ground? Like, is there actually
Hundreds
a
of
way to walk?
feet. Hundreds of feet.
Okay, yeah, we'll fly down.
You have to fly up or down.
Yeah, I thought so.
All right.
Didn't
Well,
seem like
okay.
they wanted a ground invasion.
Trivially easy to get down. I say that as you walk, you have this long conversation, and you decide to wrap it up. For a moment, the entire sky goes black, and it's the darkest you've ever seen it. And you look up and you realize that flying between you and the sun is a bird bigger than anything you've ever seen, bigger than the Quetzalcoatl that you slayed, flies over the Eagle Lord, returning to its roost, and disappears up on top of the mountain somewhere. Bang, 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 click, 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 click,
It's
click,
called
click.
the Eagle
Go
Lord.
birds
I've never been
indeed.
more allowed to say go birds than right now.
But anyway, you want to attempt to translate Kariq.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah!
All right. I'd say you're very familiar with the place.
Yes,
so,
I would say so as well. So it's only a 25% chance of failure.
yes.
If it fails, what happens to us?
Dice do the funniest thing.
Well,
right
it
now.
depends on what I roll.
Okay,
Depends
let's
on how
find
bad,
out.
yeah.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
But I could carry up to 8 creatures or an object with me, so Trish is coming along.
Hell yeah.
Okay, 64.
All
good.
right.
We're good. Okay.
With the sensation of, for a brief moment, like you're being pulled through a straw,
Ugh.
both of you appear in the Grove of the Unicorn. Everyone returned, and I think that is where we'll go ahead and take our delayed break. So we'll see you all back here in just a moment.
Yay.
Rolling with difficulty.
The Per Aspera crew is finally all assembled in beautiful enamel pin form. Right now, you can head on over to the Rolling with Difficulty Crowdmade store to pick up the best mechanic in the Planescape for yourself. The Dani pin is designed by our very own Wally and features glow-in-the-dark enamel for that fiery effect.
Supplies are limited, so bring the crew together and order your Dani pin today.
Rolling with difficulty.
And welcome back. When last we left our heroes, all of you had returned to the Grove of the Unicorn, your many errands and downtime activities seen to. Very cool. And I assume everyone wants to get a nice long rest in because, correct me if I'm wrong, your plan is to go to the crater, to the area of bilocation between two planes, as Vasilix described it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we
think
gotta
so.
plug a hole.
Yeah, the
Plan
whole
Big Rock is in action.
Big Rock is
Big
not
Rock
the
Plan
place.
Big Rock
still
is a
on the
go.
table.
Oh my god.
I was looking through the spell list and I couldn't find Big Rock, but it's got to be there somewhere.
Yeah, it's under L for large stone.
You're thinking of Wall
Listen,
of
there-
Stone.
Maybe if I can like summon a big enough earth elemental and just drop it in the hole. Let's see,
Yeah, I
30
think the
feet
bigger
across.
problem is actually getting the big rock. I can place it where it needs to be, but we actually have to find one.
We
I
can't
think it would need to be
possibly be
colossal or
considering Big
gargantuan.
Rock as our number one plan. We have so much information about this portal.
It's always good to be prepared with a backup. That's all I'm saying.
All right, so everyone, long rest taken, unless there's anything else that you'd like to see to before your new day arrives.
Roll for
We're
weather.
good.
That's Red's turn to roll for weather.
Oh my gosh. Okay. 2d6 you said?
2d6s,
Okay.
please.
That is a 7, baby.
Favorable.
Haha.
You guys have
Okay.
rolled, I think you rolled 7, 8, and 8.
Okay.
Yes.
Not bad.
So I mean, it is a bell curve, right? Because it's 2d6, so you're most
Yeah.
likely to get in there rather than anyway. Fantastic. So another pleasant day comes to you. Hunting party. What would you like to do?
I believe our intent is to close the portal to Brux. I have a way for us to get back to this lair should it come to it once we are in there. But the way I see it, they really have two options. We can close the portal from this side and then find a way through to that lair elsewhere. Or we close it after us, if there is a way that is possible, and go through this portal to ensure that it is managed. My understanding is that getting to Brux is our next order of business, so we should prepare for that as well.
Are you ready to go to Brux?
I don't really think
I
it's up
believe
to
so.
me, but yes.
Well, I
As for
stocked
the
up on
others?
supplies. Yes, I got a little bit of a rundown of what might be waiting for us down there. Got some more potions while I was at it.
Oh, were you able to pick up any incense while you were there?
Austin, I've also done
it's-
that.
You were there for hours.
Okay.
However much gold's worth of incense you would like, that is a thing that's pretty easy to get in the Beastlands. So,
Yes.
how much were you looking for,
Uh,
Katya?
300 golds worth.
Yeah. If you want to get
yeah,
300
yeah.
gold's worth of incense, then yes.
Yeah, so that would be 600 subtracted gold from my inventory to add 300 gold.
Unless I was getting it from our friend who gave me a discount because we're friends.
Yes, it would have been. So just the
sweet.
300
Perfect.
is
Just the
sufficient.
300.
Amazing.
From Shakoba.
Thank you very much. I am as
course.
set as I'm
A
going
quick-
to get. Oh, and
I-
here
I-
is your ivory back.
Oh, thank you very much. May come in
Quick
handy.
curiosity, how much gold does everyone happen to have?
Now that I'm
Should we go in
300
order?
Garou
gold
has none.
lower, I have 6,196 gold.
Holy
Jesus
cannoli!
Christ, you still have
Kanye's
so
got more
much.
gold than me.
That's
Tris, how much
insane.
do you
Okay.
have?
Oh, I had
How did
like
you end up so
4,000 when
much,
I got
Katya?
here, and it's down to 3,000
I
now
haven't been
because I also
spending
had to
it.
buy all this stuff.
No, I don't know.
Well,
Yeah, but
me
how did you
neither.
have so many? Kariq, how much do you have?
I have 0. I converted all of the gold into healing potions, and in world, I just said that I crafted those healing
I
potions.
am the only
Why would
one of the
Kariq-
three of us who had a job before this.
Yes.
Well,
All right,
I
well-
did get unexpectedly sucked into this plane with only my pocket change on me, so you have to forgive me.
Kariq is an animal.
sorry, I'm
what
What a
are you
sorry.
shitty
talking
thing to
about?
say.
I grew up in a dragon's horde.
Why would Kariq
There's-
have currency?
There is no need for gold in the Beastlands.
Except for,
It's
if
very
you're
sparkly.
buying things like incense from a location like Signpost. And, I'm being Kathy, I am prepared to go to the next layer. I have done all that I can. I will offer the warning that until we secure some form of similar abode to the Grove of the Unicorn, it sounds like that Fey Enclave may be our best bet, I will likely not be able to recharge my staff, so things like Death Ward will have to be used sparingly, or at the very least with much more intent.
In the meantime, Garou pulls out the book once again. If you wish.
Oh, right.
That's an everyday thing?
Yes. Yes, one per day. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Kariq will do
Yeah,
that.
Trish will do that too.
Katya will continue to refrain.
Heck yeah.
Your funeral. Garou closes the book.
Trish and Kariq kind of share like a expression.
Kariq like rolls all three of his eyes in extreme exasperation and gives Trish like a, you see what I'm dealing with? You see what I'm dealing with kind of look?
Yeah, Trish is like doing some mental math on the social politics of the group now that she's paying attention to it. Oh boy.
Anyway.
If we are to go to Brux, I say the first order is to find Rahl, another one of the knights, I believe. Perhaps he's a small camp.
He mentioned that if we were trying to find him, to go to that Fey Enclave, because if he was not there, he would have left the directions to where he was going. So perhaps it seems like seeking out that Enclave is the first order of business. But we may be putting cart before horse here. We do still need to close the portal.
On that note,
Very well.
how do we close it behind us?
Yes, something did occur to me while we were doing our various errands. We have that thing we found that allows us to render a portal permanent, yes?
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes. Well, it occurs to me that if we do that, it will become the focus of a conflict very similar to the one that has formed around this permanent portal, because it's the permanency of the portal that is such an aberration. I can feel the voice of God smirking malevolently at me, which tells me I'm on the money.
I recommend
important to
not place...
I mean, this one is on the border of 3 domains. It is part of the reason this is a aspect of such great conflict. If we were to place a portal solidly in the domain of one beast lord, perhaps on the edge of the grove, I think we would see less conflict, although I don't think you're entirely wrong. The permanency of a portal is certainly aberrant in this plane in a way that...
Location.
I suppose if we do need to come back, that spell you have that allows us to travel between layers, we could render that portal permanent somewhere, conveniently close to the grove.
Yes.
And then we'd just be able to pass between them.
I think I have solved our problems in getting back to this layer, should it come to it. But again, we will need to find ways back down to Brux. Lysandra has very...
what I mean is... I'm sorry. What I mean is if we use the portal to return from Brux to here, and we use the permanency on that, it will allow us to return to Brux through the permanent portal, yes?
If you go to Brux and you cast Plane Shift to get back to the Grove of the Unicorn, wherever you're standing in Brux and the Grove of the Unicorn, use that item, we'll create a permanent portal between those two places.
I suppose.
So if we aren't required to use it in a moment of desperation in an unpleasant environment, we could potentially use it to set up our permanent way back and forth.
Yes, it is very possible. But that does still leave the problem initially of, do we want to close this portal from this side and then find another way to Brux? Or do we wish to jump through and sort of close it as we go?
I would be inclined to jump through, although I will say, when I sent my arcane eye through, it seemed to manifest rather high in the air, and I was warned of, pardon me while I check my notes, something in the clouds that may not take kindly to us flying through their domain. So,
yes.
It may be a bit of a
Where's your
hot
sense
entrance.
of adventure? We've had our time to rest. Research. Time for a return back to the wilds.
Yes,
I say
speaking of,
we go
how did you
through.
get here the first time? Because you might just know another portal or similar way to get from layer to layer, no?
The portals come and go. It's trivial. It may take some time, but it is trivial to find a portal that will lead us back to Kragala. Due to the chaotic nature, though, who's to know where it is and who's to know where it will lead back here? But that's what makes things interesting.
But I suppose what I'm asking is, do you know a place to get on Kragala to Brux from? Okay.
I don't see a reason to make this more complicated than it has to be. We're already going to the portal to Brux. We may as well just hop in moments before we close it, yes?
I suppose, as long as we are sure we are closing
How
it.
are we closing it behind us, I ask again?
Yes, I
I
believe
think
that would be
that's
sensible.
the group idea. I do want
We
to
go through, we
ensure that
close.
it is closed, so whatever we do must be very permanent, and we must be very sure of ourselves. We can not leave anyone behind, save for potentially Lysandra. And it is...
Hi.
What are you to do after we leave?
Do you want my help? Well, when you're gone, I'm going to go back to Sigil.
That is preferred.
What could you possibly care?
You're a stranger to these lands. Wizards meddling with the plains don't sit well with me.
Most things about
Considered
wizards
it's
don't
not
sit well
all
with
about
him.
you?
Kariq gives Trish another look.
Katya's like behind Lysandra doing air horns.
Consider it a kindness to have been warned.
I don't know what motivates you, but I can guarantee kindness has nothing to do with it.
Wizards can cast that sending spell, yes? You two can still communicate with each other, even across the plains of the Beastlands.
Katya and I?
I don't
Yes.
personally know sending, but I'm sure that if Lysandra does, yes, it will be possible for her. This is perhaps a good strategy, is if we go through the portal, Lysandra can send us a quick message to confirm that it is indeed closed. As the expert on these things as well, I trust her opinion on whether or not the portal is actually gone, in a way that perhaps our eyes could not necessarily perceive.
Sending is a 3rd level spell. She can cast it, yeah. Not as often as you guys can, but she can cast it.
If you could, before you leave the plane, just let us know that we have succeeded, because if not, we are going to have to come back rather quickly.
Good luck with that, but yeah, I'll do what I can. So you want me to come with you?
To the portal,
Yes.
and not through.
Yeah.
To close it,
Not
yes, since
through.
you seem to be the expert in that. Oh, well, I suppose if you think you can return to Sigil from Brux, it's not exactly a problem for us. if you come
No,
with us.
I'm good. No, I gotta get back to... I've got to return back to Signpost. Try to get your ride.
Ah, yes. Civilization.
All right, shall we?
Yes.
A moment.
Please.
One moment. The brain that we collected that allows us to place a permanent portal, must it be prepared first? Or may we just use it as its raw component?
Great question. Where did you get... Man, when did you get it? When you killed
Season
Grofgander.
1.
Grofgander. Yeah.
You got it when you killed Grofgander. Give me a moment.
We've had it pickling in a jar this whole
Season
time.
episode 5, I guess, right?
Yep. Harvest the planar tunnel portion of the brain. When you use it to cast a translocation spell, such as teleport or plane shift, you can create a permanent portal to that location. I do not see anything about having to prepare it.
Okay. Cool. Just
There we
checking.
go.
It'd be really awkward if we were in Brux and then we were like, oh, we needed to spend some time to prepare it first.
Oh, good. Good catch, though, Noir. Good catch. All right. You guys ready to go?
Yeah, let's
Yes.
do it.
All right. You buckle up. You guys gonna walk, or are you gonna put 4 people on the carpet?
We're gonna do what we did last time and put 4 people on the carpet and let Lysandra fly herself, right?
Oh, Lysandra doesn't fly. You're right. Yeah.
or
yeah,
I
yeah,
can
yeah. All right.
pop my wings and fly myself. I don't care. Either one works.
No, it's okay. She
Or
can fly.
I can teleport us over.
Or Kariq can
and with a
teleport you
25%
all.
mischance, something else could happen, and then the rest of the
Yeah.
episode is about something different.
This
It's
is
not
purple
like we've
worm all
failed
over
on a
again.
teleportation spell before.
This is purple worm all over again.
Hey, that
All
went
right.
fine, because somebody forgot I was immune to poison, so...
Yeah. Such are monks, you know? Anyway, all right, so onto the carpet with Lysandra flying out into the beautiful day and descend by the portal much as you left it. Now, last time I had rules about the pull. I realized that they were kind of silly and strange, so I'm going to tell you the rules as they are now, because these are the now official rules, and since you've already experienced it, both your characters and you, the player, should understand it. So, creatures within 30 feet of the hole must make a DC 18 strength saving throw either when they start their turn there or when they enter that area for the first time on a turn, or be pulled 15 feet towards the hole. So you can't be pulled all the way there at once. But if you do wish to do anything that has to be done within 30 feet of the hole, I will need a check to see if you will get pulled in and closer. So,
Okay.
Arriving there, you set foot down and see the portal, the many different domains encroaching upon it. Your skill challenge has begun. Taking what you know about this portal now, hunting party, who's up first?
I mean, not to constantly do the one spell that's deeply tied to portals, but I could pop up a warp sense. It's got a range of 30 feet, and learn if this portal requires a key of any kind, the destination plane of the portal, although I think we know that one. Basically, just get more info on
That sounds like... Yeah, it sounds like fact-finding to me. If you want to use it to try to discern something else, I could definitely see it helping you out, but just learning more about it, I don't know if that's going to be a full contribution to this check. Casting that and maybe doing something else, like maybe could give you advantage, but you already know where it goes, and you've already seen that you fall down it, right? That there isn't necessarily a key for it, so... but it is a powerful spell. Could still be very helpful in this skill challenge.
I guess Noir is a little confused. Is the assumption here that we'll do the skill challenge and then have enough time to sneak through the portal before it closes completely?
I think so.
Yeah, I didn't want to metagame it too much, but I also don't want you, the players, to be too concerned.
Okay.
The same way that there was it wasn't instantaneous. It took place over a couple rounds. Right, a change when Drika, the Boar Lord, died and the whole plane shifted. If you successfully close this, there'll be a round or two where everything is kind of coalescing, and if you wish, you can jump down before it closes behind you.
Sick.
Okay.
That's assuming everything goes well. Yeah, I don't want you guys to worry about it too much. So I wasn't saying anything because I didn't want to give too much metagame knowledge for the DM. But I don't want you guys to be stressed and be like, maybe we shouldn't close it. We should go do something else for the rest of this episode.
Right. No, we're closing it. Come on.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if the move was to go through the portal and then close it on the other side, but there's no guarantee that the portal will be the same on the other side. Yeah. So okay. This makes sense.
Yep.
Thank you.
Fair enough, Noir. Yeah. Hopefully, yeah. That
Hey,
laid
if it
the
starts
rest of your
closing,
insecurities.
that means we know we're doing it. We did something right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Skill challenge in effect. Lysandra is also here, so she can provide for the skill challenge. In general, she's not going to come up with ideas, but she can give the help action as one of her things. Or if you have something you would like her to try, she can do it.
Cool. Garou is gonna walk up to her and he's going to say, "Do you have a portal key?"
Do I have a portal key? I have many myriad portal keys. They all need different things. What do you want? She pulls out her wizard's bag and starts to pull through. She pulls out there's a spring and she's like, this one leads you to Mechanus, puts it down. She pulls out a jar and it's just there's black sludge inside. And she goes, that's blood, don't congealed, don't open that, that'll get you to Acheron though. And she just has a bunch of stuff. She's like, what are you talking about? What do you...
I merely need a broken one as a material component.
Oh yeah, take the Acheron one. Need to replace that blood anyway.
This takes 1 minute to do. Garou's gonna sit down and he's going to begin to cast Gate Seal. You fortify the fabric of the planes in a 30-foot cube you can see within range. Within that area, portals close and can't be opened for the duration. Spells and other effects that allow planar travel or open portals, such as gate or plane shift, fail if used to enter or leave the area. The cube is stationary.
What is the
Do we
range
even
on this
need
spell?
the rest of the skill challenge?
60 feet.
Yes, it is quite strong. You can't just... All right, 30 foot by 30 foot square. Fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and just draw... Oh, nope, that's measuring. That's not drawing. Square. Here we go. 5,
Is
10,
there a map we
15,
should be seeing?
20,
Yeah,
25,
we are
30.
not seeing the map.
I'm going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to bring you to it It's the map that you've seen before. Just because, like I said, there could be, with the way that the portal does pull on things, could be a chance for it. But I don't need you to place your tokens or anything right now unless you are doing something that requires being within 30 feet of the portal. So because there's a 60-foot range, Garou, you're able to stand outside of it. What does it look like you casting this 1-minute spell? Which, by the way, spending this big spell, which is this specific, no roll necessary. This is a success.
Okay. Garou pulls out his Book of Shadows, which normally, it gives him some ritual spells and some cantrips. That's typically what it does. But when he leveled up, he had access to much greater magics than he typically would, and he chose Gate Seal, knowing that they would have had to come and close this portal. So he sits down and the pages flip open. Unlike the pages of his Book of Beasts, these are pitch black. Only the white chalk with you see the page with Trystine and Kariq's name written on it. It flitters back and forth. Motes of arcane symbols float out and surround Garou. He begins to mutter it in a deep voice, dark language, as he begins to cast a spell.
Fantastic. Yeah, you watch as a shimmer takes place, and there is the sound of grinding rock as you get this first success. The portal is beginning to have some of its beginning to shake the foundations of this portal. First success, first round done. All right, we've got 3 more people plus Lysandra who could take the help action for certain things to go before we get back to you, Garou.
Hey, Trish, you know that thing that ice does where it gets into rocks and, splits it apart?
I'm familiar with the concept.
You think you could do something similar to sort of loosen the rock around the edge of the portal? We can't simply just collapse it, but perhaps that could,
You're gonna bury it?
That could help
You're gonna bury the portal under a
destabilize
big rock? Bury the portal under a big rock.
I see. So rather than
I
big
don't
rock,
have a way to do a lot of damage to it, but my instinct is that if we are to close this portal, which is permanent upon the plane, we need to make it less permanent. And when the Beast Lord that we observed passed and their domain moved, it sort of got absorbed into the ground in some ways. And so maybe destabilizing the literal boundaries of this portal will destabilize the portal itself in efforts to aid the closing of it.
Interesting.
That's my theory, anyway.
I'm just gonna... No, it's not bad. Let's see. There's a few things I could do that aren't a crazy resource cost. I mean...
Hey, the crazier the resource, the more likely it's going to succeed. Garou did a big spell, which automatically worked, so...
That's true. I mean, I can disintegrate a 10-foot cube of the ground if we really want to fire a big gun.
There's already a hole in it.
Yeah, I didn't think that was going to help.
I like your thinking.
I could always, if we really do think that, freezing the ground will help, I can cast Dragon Breath on myself and just gain the ability to do 15-foot cones of, cold damage for as long as I hold concentration on it.
Could be cool. Go around to just hitting all the edges of the portal with the Dragon Breath. I suggested the ice thing because I was trying to think of Sophia. I'm like, what's a diegetic way to do damage to rocks? I guess
that's
ice.
The thing.
No, I think I like that quite a bit.
Yeah,
if you had said you wanted to cast Fireball on it, I might have been like, okay, but I think the ice has convinced me that this could possibly work.
Yeah, I mean, we ran into that problem with the Standing Stones. I don't really have the ability to do much damage to rock unless I just go full disintegrate on it. But I could potentially start, eroding the edges with a Dragon's Breath.
Up to you.
Yeah, I don't mind. I figure it can't hurt. Dragon's Breath starts at 2nd level, and I can upcast it. It'll do 3d6 cold damage mechanically at 2nd level, and then an extra d6 if I want to upcast it. I'll tell you right now, if we're about to fall into Brux, I'm not burning a 5th, 6th, or 7th level spell slot on this, but
Well, so what this sounds like to me, this is not like casting a super high level spell that's going to perfectly align, again, kind of like the Gate Seal is. This is more getting a little creative. So there's going to be a check basically to see, not if you can freeze the ground. I know you can freeze the ground. Can you freeze it in the right way that you don't just cover it in ice, you crack the stone and it expands and it falls into where you need to be, which sounds like it's like almost like calculus to me, right? I think this is maybe like I feel like it's an intelligence check, yeah, and maybe investigation-y, like you need to be hitting the right parts of that feels like the right kind of vibe, that you're almost mathing it out, you know.
I couldn't persuade you to let me make this either an Arcana, Insight, or Survival check.
Okay, I'll allow a survival to make the rocks erode how you want them to. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
It's not Arcana to just breathe ice and be like, maybe because it's magic I understand how to, and it's definitely not insight.
Okay.
But I think survival makes a lot of sense.
Right.
I still think this is difficult. I'm going to set not like super hard, but I'm going to set the DC for this at an 18.
Okay.
In order to get not only do you have to do it, you have to get enough rocks in there to matter. You know?
I will say, I still have the heroic inspiration thing lit up from last time. I think I never spent that one, so I don't remember if I can use those in a skill challenge because I'm so rarely useful in them. But
any D20 roll, you can get the dice. You can add the inspiration.
Okay. Shit. Okay. So that's an 8 on the die. My survival is +8, so that's a 16 right now. But the heroic inspiration adds a die to that, right? It's not rolling an advantage.
It's a D10. Yes, it's a D10, which means you'll need to hit a 2 in order to survive. No, in order
Let's
to
not jinx it. Let's not jinx it.
I almost said survive.
It's a 5 on the die, so that's a 21 total.
All right. Going around. What's the range on?
Oh, that's a good question. Let's find out. Hold on a minute, please.
Can you breathe from 30 feet? Can you be standing 30 feet away and hit the?
I'm actually fairly sure that Dragon's Breath is a 15-foot cone, so I might need to be flying around, like kind of kiting the edge. Yep, 15-foot cone. I can't increase the range. Oh, hold on a minute. Sorry. Oh no, Spell Sniper is only if there's an attack roll. I can't increase the range on any other kind of spell, so that doesn't matter. I don't think I took Extend Spell as one of my meta magic abilities.
No, it's not a very good one.
No, it's not good. So I figure...
It could be the worst one.
Yeah, with my wings out, I have a 60-foot fly speed, so if I'm getting dragged towards it every 15 feet every round, I figure I can sort of like slingshot orbit my way around it and kind of make it work.
For sure you can do that. You're gonna have to keep flying into the area and then pulling yourself back out. So go ahead and make the strength check. This isn't to see if you get pulled in. This is to see, as you keep doing this, are you gonna take one level of exhaustion from over and over again fighting this gravitational collapse.
Fun. Okay.
Because you gotta do a bunch of times. So go ahead and roll me the D20 DC 18 strength saving throw.
DC 18. Okay. Yeah, no, that's an 8.
Okay.
Red,
so
take an 18 on the dice.
You don't need to do that. One level of exhaustion on me. I mean, I appreciate it, but
as someone who just had exhaustion for 2 sessions, just take it's
okay,
fine.
I'll take the win. It's a downtime session. I'll take the win. Okay.
Fantastic. So you succeed. We enter the timeline where you are strong enough to resist all of the gravitational collapse there. Fantastic.
I'm not used
so
to having
that is
muscles back here, so
that is Wally and Red who are both done, which leads us with Kariq, Katya, and Lysandra yet to make their contributions, and we're already at 2 successes. Look at that. We're moving right along. Bogadum.
I have like a couple options. One thing would be to kind of make maybe an Arcana sense like we augmented with Warp sense to like, because we're trying to close the portal and you can't always see how that's going. So kind of to have like a meter on, are we actually making any sort of dent in it, or is this portal losing stability?
Oh. To locate the instabilities within the magic, that's a gate sense. That'll allow you. I think that is a fantastic idea. So what are you doing? So you're using.
So I'm going to cast Warp Sense, which has a 30-foot range. So I think I can stay out of range of the pit.
You could just stay outside. Yep.
And trying maybe if I could maybe an argument for an Arcana check to kind of like gauge how successful we are so far.
I think this is 18 billion % an Arcana check. So I'm going back to, this is not quite as difficult as seeing into like the weave. Right? Like, instead of just looking at the weave, you are literally using the spell that lets you see portals to see how the portal's doing. So I'm going to set this at a DC. But still, it's very like it's a very what's the word I'm looking for? not archaic. It's like difficult to comprehend. It's a I don't know. It's a difficult thing to do. So
Obscure?
I'm going to say yeah, I guess obscured. It's an opaque thing to do, right? So I'm going to set the DC at a 21, but because you're using warp sense, I'm going to go ahead and give you advantage on this.
Sweet. With a natural 20 plus 10 for a total of 30, I think I succeed on the check.
There we go.
A natural 20
successes.
counts as 2 successes. Go ahead and narrate what 2 successes looks like in this skill challenge.
Yeah, I think Katya makes like some sort of like almost geometric symbols with her hands before kind of going into a meditation. And when she opens her eyes back up, I'm picturing like a heads-up display almost like lighting up in the area around the portal of like, these are weak spots. But just sort of like a readout in her vision of like where the magic is ebbing and flowing and where there are more like tears in the fabric of the planescape. And as she sort of like hones it in, all of the sound around just goes like, it's silent for a moment. And then she's able to start describing to everyone like, okay, the efforts that we have, they're working, but we need to focus more a little bit at the threads around the edge or the core or whatever the fuck it is. She'll narrate basically what she's able to perceive.
Yeah, give some arcano babble
You've got
about what
we've
needs
got
to
to
be done.
ingest the warp core. I don't know. It just came to me in a
Something.
vision.
Vein deflector dish.
Something in the
Hell
cells.
versus
Get in
the
the
polarity
Jeffries
of the neutron
tube.
flow.
I've been watching a lot of Star Trek lately.
No way.
Fantastic. Well, that brings us to 4 successes. And that is brings us to Kariq.
Sorry, forgive me. Remind me. It's not that one person can use the same ability or use the same.
You could
skill
also
twice.
use an ability that's already been used. It's that you Red can't use survival again.
Yeah.
And
'cause
Wally
I
can't
was
just
also-
cast that spell again.
I was also thinking. Well, I don't know. I was thinking that I would use the knowledge that I gained from the translocation. My thinking is that I have gained some insight on portal magic, although with a psionic kind of angle on it. You know, I suppose it's like learning physics in German as opposed to English.
Do you
Same thing, but maybe different.
Do you think maybe because
You've
this
done your
plane
thing with
is like
portals.
it's chaotic, normally portals are opening and closing, but something is weird about this one that's keeping it open. Is it possible that like if you opened another portal, it would sort of destabilize both, like with your your translocate thing? Like
Yeah, you should teleport into the hole.
no,
Kariq.
no.
Yeah.
That would do it.
That's
That
what
would do
Sophia
it.
said verbatim. That's exactly what Sophia
Yeah.
said.
Sophia-
hey.
So Katya wants you to teleport into the hole. So whenever you're ready, just make that roll to see if you can do it, and then
Yeah. This is description, so I believe I have a third of a chance of it being a mishap. Anyway, no. But yeah, I don't know. I mentioned perhaps Arcana would be best, but I guess technically it's a psionic. If only this were 3.5 and there was a psionics skill, you know. But
well, you know that there is kind of like a psionic component to this, right?
yeah,
From
So I'm trying
from
to
the
think of
notes
what-
that were gotten. So I think that you having knowledge sounds reasonable to me. It's what it sounds like to me is you want to use your knowledge of psionic translocation to see if you could basically kind of do what Katya did. I would call this, I'd make it the same check, but it's not going to be an advantage because you don't have like you don't have a spell that Katya has, like the same way that Katya has, to like give you the insight. This is just you kind of trying to use your brain powers to solve it, if I'm understanding you correctly, Noir.
Well, I was going to perhaps ask if I could take it a step further, and you can tell me if this is too much of a stretch at this point. But, you know, I have an understanding of portal magics with the translocate, although the specific flavor of that is a instanced portal around myself that teleports me to another area. I don't really have any control of it opening or closing. It just happens.
Yes.
Would it be possible to cast translocate to try and close the portal in kind of the same way that a gate seal would?
To cast translocate to try to close the portal in the same way a gate seal would. Oh, and this is interesting because technically teleportation should not work inside of the gate seal
Gate
right
seal,
now,
yeah.
but but yours is not magical. Yours is psionic.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So you actually would be able to stack it in here. Yes. This is going to be a difficult check because you're trying to make a power do something it's not meant to do. So I'm going to call it... I'm going to make it a DC... Okay. Hold on, because... I'm going to let Lysandra help you with this. She's going to give you the help action, because I want her to be useful, but I don't want her to necessarily roll for herself. You know, you guys are the heroes. I don't want her to come up with cool... Then it's just me solving my own problems. So, oh, I've done the wrong one. This 4 successes. I was marking down how many people had gone. Anyway, what's this thing? She's going to give you the help action. But you're basically just trying to teleport in there, but without teleporting yourself, you're trying to collapse what's going on. Collapse space. So I'm going to make an Arcana check.
Sure. Okay.
And I'm going to set it at a DC 24, but you have advantage from
With
Lysandra.
advantage. Do I still have...
You guys...
I'm still manifesting the power, so I still have to roll the manifestation die?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. Let me... So that happens regardless, so let me roll the manifestation first, since that is... a thing I have to do.
You guys are all sitting around discussing all this, right? Like, we're not in combat necessarily, although I do expect everyone to have to go through and contribute once before we cycle back around. But yeah, having the discussion as you explain what you want to do, Lysandra comes over and begins to talk about how you might be able to use, like how she would try to manifest a teleport if she was trying to do something of a similar nature, and then goes on to explain that it is kind of insane, though.
Gotcha. Okay, well, I do take the strain.
Okay.
But I will then roll an Arcana check with advantage. So 2d20. Okay, the second one is an 11. Plus 10 is 21. Plus 3 pressure points that I just gained from the 5 strain is 24.
Yo!
Wow, skin of your teeth. Which brings us to 5 successes and 5 people gone. So that ends the first round. You have until the end of this second round to succeed. However, you have no failures. You're at 5 successes. An impossible. This is not an impossible. Just to give you, I'm not gonna tell you how many successes you need, but just to give you a taste, an easy skill challenge would be 3 successes before 3 failures. An impossible level would be 10 before 3, where I would expect every single person participating, including Lysandra, to have to succeed in order for it to work. It is not that. It is not impossible level. Otherwise, I wouldn't have called for it. Really, the highest level I could possibly set it at is 9, right? 10 would be... That's not a mechanic I would ever introduce. So, it is 9. It's below there. What's that?
Was there a requirement that we have to succeed within 2 rounds? Is that what you were saying? We have to...
Yes, that is a new thing I've instituted.
Gotcha.
To put a time limit, and also, like, once you guys have started, you can't back out. You can't be like, let's come back later, you know?
Understood.
And in fact, at this first round, you can see it's already starting to shudder, and in places kind of like creak, and there's almost a moment, like moments where it looks like some of it creeps in. It's like the frame rate is not right around this thing. But yeah, you guys are at 5 successes. Brings us to round 2. Everyone is capable of going again. Who would like to go?
I imagine a minute has passed and I've...
Oh, yeah, again, this is over, like, many minutes. We're not exactly in initiative order. You did your whole spell. Right. People have been discussing. There was, like, brainstorming between Lysandra and Kariq going on. You are all clear.
Okay.
Let's move about the cabin.
I do see a whole bunch of rocks lying around. What's the biggest one?
Yeah, there are big-ass rocks. Big-ass rock. Big-ass rock. The biggest rock is 5, 10, 15, 20 feet across.
Oh, almost.
If we're going to make Big Rock work, I think Big Rock has to be the last thing we do.
You are going to try to get through the portal, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Garou's going to...
We chuck it really high in the air, and then we dive in.
Everyone, yeah.
Yeah, Garou's going to ready a rock to plug and mark the location of this closed portal.
Sorry, what? Could you say one more time? What are you doing?
He's going to ready the rock to
okay.
like throw it
So
into place.
you want to know when it's just about to be closed.
Yeah.
So that you can try to close it behind you guys. Cool. Then it means we're off to someone else who wants to go while Garou looks at a rock.
This is the site where the
gotta size it up.
warlord previously dissolved into the earth, right? Like this, or close to it in some way.
It's close to it. Yeah, it's not geographically the same place, but it is when her whole domain fell through and all these other ones had to stitch together. This is the part where they all had to stitch together at.
Gotcha. This is a total audible, and it could totally not be a thing that makes any sense or works. But I'm wondering if I can't make some sort of religion check to try and sense if there is any residual like spirit of the Boar Lord hanging on that's maybe contributing to how this is staying open. Because there was that sort of like the conversation that Katya and the Boar Lord had was like, oh, we're gonna try and make this land good for your children afterwards, so you can let go. But maybe the Boar Lord is like lingering in spirit or something.
I like that. I want just making a religion check to see if I think that's a little too abstract to be effective here. It's a really good idea. Do you have something more you could pour into it? A little extra oomph, something a little more tangible.
I could contact other plane to be like, anything out there is possible. Trying to think if there's anything I've got detect thoughts. That's not necessarily how that works, but sort of stretching the spell. Let me actually see if there's any innate diviner features that I'm just glazing right over.
It's a very good idea. I like it. I do agree that detect thoughts is not enough. Contact other plane might get you there. It's really for getting information, but yeah, there might be. I would consider it a hefty check. What's happening is 2 levels of abstraction, right? One is you need contact other plane to do a thing that it is close to doing, but not quite. And then the second level is you need there to actually be Drika the Boar Lord there to do something for you, right? So there's kind of 2 levels of if there. What I'm trying to do is take one of those levels of if away.
Yeah. Trying to think if there's a way I can maybe combo it with the.
It's a good idea.
Seeing the portal that I was doing before, and if there's any way to interpret some of what I was seeing in the portal as Boar Lord energies, if that makes any sense. I'm going through Sophia is rigorously going through her spell list right now.
Yeah, no, for sure. Well, okay, so here's what I'll say is as you guys, you're kind of discussing, and I assume that this is not just you guys standing in silence, but working through a lot of it. As you say that, Lysandra will chirp in and say, part of the reason for this portal being here is a degradation of the nature of the Beastlands. If we could strengthen the nature of the Beastlands, you talk about contacting the Boar Lord. I don't know if that's even possible, but if we could make this spot more Beastlands-y, and less Far Realm-y, then it should snap back. It should help snap it back to how it's supposed to be.
I could attempt a divination to contact a god or god's servant that could then potentially put me in contact with a Boar Lord or Boar Lord follower.
Does anyone have Entangle?
Well, Garou, you have that overgrowth spell, right?
Garou has that overgrowth spell thing.
Garou does have the overgrowth spell.
Busy holding big
Garou
rock.
has the overgrowth spell.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, here's the thing. That is
really
good. That will be your That will be your contribution rather than big rock. However, overgrowth spell. I'll tell you, overgrowth spell is going to be an automatic success if you cast it. I think that sounds like a slam dunk to me, as opposed to doing the rock, which is.
Okay.
So it's a little more iffy. I don't mean to. I know you have your heart set on bid rock. I don't mean to pivot you away.
No, it's okay.
But just so you're aware of what's going on. I would hate for you to be big rock and then maybe later on be yeah, no, that was a great idea. You guys should have done it.
Yeah. I'll also say last time you said the big rock would need to be 30 feet across so we could plug it at the top because the rest of it is metaphysical and this one's only 20 feet.
Yes.
That's fine.
I know it is.
Fine.
That's why I was it'll be a check and it'll be the last thing to try to plug it. I want to. The big rock is just so funny. I had to allow it.
It's fine. I will find another time to do big rock. if you guys call Garou over, and you explain what you're trying to do, he's like, I'll do what I can. And he will go over to the side of the portal with the where the greenway is. Put his hands on the ground, and he will do the plant, and he will cast plant growth here.
Okay. How long does it take to cast in the cool way?
So the overgrowth, that takes an action.
Okay. And the other way?
Enrichment, 8 hours.
Gotcha. So an action here, I am gonna call for a spell check, but it's gonna be your spell check, and you're only fighting, like, the place wants to be grown, right? So you're only fighting against some of the nature of this portal. So go ahead, you're gonna be able to add your charisma, and this is just going to be a DC 15.
Okay. Okay, that's a 12 plus 3. That's exactly 15.
Exactly 15. All right. You watch as Garou begins to cast the spell, or just an action, reaches out to your patron, and you watch as, all the trees nearby thicken and grow. The grass under your feet starts to push up past your boots, and you watch as plant matter starts to grow over the edge and start to reclaim the portal. And even as it's going over the edge, it's not like it's just going over, it's like it's going out, like it's stretching further, it's feeling over where it feels like there should be ground, and it's trying to claim that ground, roots starting to grow into that space and snake their way through. You are at 6 successes. You need 7. You need one more success.
I mean, I could do a juiced up dispel magic if we want to just like throw shit at the wall. See what sticks.
Not a bad idea.
The strongest skills that I have are like informational skills, you know, like Arcana, investigation, history, you know, so I can tell people what to do, but that sounds more like a help action. You know, I think the dispel magic is probably the strongest, at least between you and me, Sophia. I don't know if Red has
I think maybe Katya will like flash
I could try to
back
persuade it.
The standing stones where we had to like do a similar skill challenge to kind of close an opening incursion of a different thing, and I dispelled magic there to help shut it down. So I think she's kind of trying to channel some similar processes, and I'll try a juiced up dispel magic. I'll cast it at 5th level.
Okay. You know what? I bet dispel magic is fucking stupid now too, like counterspell.
Choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range. Any ongoing spell of level 3 or lower on the target ends.
Oh no, it is ability check.
Yeah.
As you do so, Garu's gonna cast guidance on you. He says, "Stitch back together, Pagala."
Okay. I dig it. So give me just a moment. This is a DC plus. You're going to be making an intelligence check since you are a wizard and you use intelligence to cast this spell. This is like a what is it called? Gate, I believe. Give me a moment. This is most similar to Gate, which I believe is an 8th or 9th level spell. No, 9th level.
9th, dang. Okay.
This is the equivalent of dispelling a 9th level spell. So you need to make a DC 19 intelligence check, but you do have a D4 on this. So when you're ready, Katya.
Yeah. All right, and with a 17 on the die plus 5.
There we go.
No D4 needed. Katya is ready to go. Just kind of slams the staff possibility into the ground and then tears open the weave in front of her to dispel magic.
Woof.
Yeah, already weakened. You see the spots from your spell before to target, and you dispel. You watch as the whole thing begins to shudder, and it starts to roll in on itself. How's the best way to describe it? When a mole tunnels underground, the ground kind of like lifts up as it goes, and you can see the like mound being pushed. It's like there is a million moles situated around the outside pushing in. The ground is rolling up in, and the whole thing is collapsing. You guys have 6 seconds to go through if you wish.
Let's go.
He turns to Lysandra and says, "Good luck in your city of doors." And he grabs everybody else with his giant bugbear arms and jumps.
We have a
straight
flying carpet.
towards the center.
You see Lysandra goes, good luck. And Garou, you sweep everyone up. You take a few steps. You feel the gravitational pull on you. You're going to get through. As it happens, you recall that there was a charge made of you. That you were supposed to do something in this skill challenge, which you failed to do.
Oh, that's fine.
And you feel the emblem, the holy symbol of Malar, that's around your neck. You feel it go white hot against your skin.
Oh, this was super secret Wally homework for evil purposes.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
This was at the beginning of the
didn't get
episode.
Yeah.
This is the beginning of the episode. You guys were all listening. You feel it go white hot and burns into you.
Uh-oh.
You have the Curse of Malar. Garou, whenever you take damage, you will take an additional 1d8 necrotic damage.
Hey.
Oh!
He will teach you the meaning of pain.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
And
our tank
all
is
the
leaking oil.
through the portal, you all fall through. The ground seals behind you. Lysandra left standing at the now solid ground, which actually rumbles, and the canyon retreats, leaving jungle, desert, and taiga to all blend together instead of this harsh carve through the landscape. We leave as you all disappear into darkness and leave Lysandra standing there on the greenway looking at the freshly healed plain, and we will pick up the next episode right there.
Bro!
Hell yeah.
We're in Brux now.
Okay. No fight with Mortoy today? Okay.
Today.
No, that's happening next week.
Oh man, I can't believe you guys didn't get a single failure.
No. That wasn't going to happen.
Different.
Maybe during the Q. I'm always want to show my homework, right? I always want to show off like what never didn't get seen. But also I know that that's a bad impulse. Maybe during the Q&A, if people are curious, they can learn what could have happened. But
Put it on Patreon.
Put it on Patreon. I don't know if it's Patreon enough reward, but anyway, thank you all for joining. We look forward to seeing you all next week for Campaign 3, Season 2, Episode 9. We're getting very close to the end of this second season, where we're finally going to descend into Brux, only 8 episodes after I thought it might happen.
We like to be methodical. We like to take our time. You gave us too many things on the
Lots
map.
of things were wrong
I
in
know.
the
Well, that's
Beastlands.
when I learned you were staying. I couldn't help but populate more stuff to do. But anyway.
And you got on my case for building my town and its NPCs.
I know where your town is now, by the way.
Oh,
That
yay.
makes one of us.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Trish doesn't.
Yeah, no, I know. I don't ask.
Chris, who knows what the Yggdrasil, the world tree is, but does not know what general geographical area her hometown is in on the map.
Trish reads
Maybe
books.
I'll tell everyone else.
But
That'd be
not
pretty
maps.
funny, actually, if I told everyone else.
Anyway,
Not maps. No, why would you need maps? She could just see where she is from the air.
exciting to enter Brux.
Uh,
We'll see how that goes for us
Yeah,
next
we'll
week.
all right.
We are bringing
Thanks
the
for joining.
carpet, right? Well,
Wait,
while you
yes,
just
yes.
flavor us out our magic item? Okay, good.
No. We grabbed everyone
The carpet back to the Grove of the Unicorn. It's just sitting up against a tree.
Listen,
he's got long
Lysandra
arms.
just
He could've
like
grabbed
staring at an empty carpet in front of her, like, so I can just take this, right?
No.
This is such an
actually,
asshole move of me to steal your magic item.
Oh,
Oh my
amazing.
goodness.
All right, catch you guys next week.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
Everybody.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Hunting Party, a Rolling with Difficulty campaign. We'll return to the Beastlands next week with another thrilling quarry, but if you miss us before then, be sure to check out Rolling with Difficulty on socials and our Discord server. If you enjoyed the show, please rate us and leave a comment or review on your preferred podcast platform, like and subscribe on YouTube, and if you really enjoy the show, consider becoming a patron for even more exclusive benefits like monthly bonus art, fictions, and more created by our cast. I've been doing a series of the deck of silly things cards, illustrated and with little descriptions about what they are and what they mean. So if you're interested in that, definitely go check that out over on the Patreon. Got all that, knights? Good. The trail is still warm. Time to resume the hunt.